862-6769 today. Because when you're stuck, call the Duck. Right now, get $50 off any service of $150 or more.
Morning, Paula.
Morning, Ron.
Another day in Adminville, am I right?
What are you working on? Oh!
You okay?
Your tabs. You have so many open.
Yeah, gotta order lunch for the big client meeting. With great responsibility comes tabs.
I can help. Close all those tabs and open just one, easycater.com. Online ordering from local restaurants, plus tools to save time, stay on budget, track expenses.
One tab to rule them all.
EasyCater, the smarter way to order food for work. Order now at easycater.com.
At Cannons of Jacksonville, they know that when you're towing anything, you gotta have products you can rely on. With over 50 years of fabrication expertise, the family at Cannons can repair or install precisely what you need to tow with confidence. Whether it's a heavy-duty hitch, trailer frame, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons will provide you with unmatched precision and durability. For all your towing needs, visit cannonsofjacks.com, where quality and customer satisfaction collide.
You've got a front row seat for Jaguars football all year long. This is 1010XL, WJXL AM and FM, Jacksonville Beach, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm Max Fink, and I'll bring you the Gator Report several times weekly to keep you connected to Gainesville.
The Gator Report, put together by San Jose Collision on the home of the Florida Gators, 1010XL.
Go, Gator!
Hey, John, looking for the perfect family ride?
How about taking your family on a luxury ride with the all-new 2024 Cadillac Escalade?
That sounds amazing. If you're a loyal customer, you get $4,000 off. Or if you're new to Randy Marion, you can get a $3,000 Conquest discount.
And don't forget the 5% savings on retired courtesy transportation vehicles.
You can save over $10,000 on select 2024 Escalade.
Experience the luxury and comfort at Randy Marion Cadillac.
Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
Plus tax tag title $899 admin fee and resist all on approved credit.
When my wrist pain was acting up and I needed help, I took Dan Hicken's advice and headed over to see the experts at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. This is Stuart Moore with the PGA Tour. I highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Whenever you have a need, they took great care of me. They'll take great care of you.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy. The next time you need orthopedic care, you can rely on our team at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Kick off the new year with a new look for your home. It's the Renewal by Andersen New Year's sales event. For a limited time, save 20% on their energy-efficient windows and patio doors, designed to keep your home comfortable all year. Plus 0 down, no payments, and 0% interest for 12 months. Offer expires January 31st. Renewal by Andersen, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Don't ignore plumbing leaks. They can lead to mold and mildew or structural damage and drain your wallet. So when you have a leak and can't wait a week, call Roland Reich Plumbing. PlumbingJacksonville.com.
This is Josh Woolsey with Woolsey Morecambe. When deciding what lawyer to trust with your car accident or injury case, the most reliable way is reviews and results. You want to be treated well, and you want a great result. Woolsey Morecambe's reviews speak for themselves, and I challenge any firm to compare results. We offer the resources of a large law firm and the customer service of a boutique practice. If you want to be treated right and want great results, call Woolsey Morecambe at 1-800-WOOLSEY. Offices, Jacksonville.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
It's a new year at Best Bet Jacksonville, Orange Park, and St. Augustine. Cash in this month with thrilling promotions and tournaments, including daily high hands and table games clockwork cash out, giving away $300 cash every 15 minutes and selected weekends at all 3 Best Bet locations. Catch all the excitement in 2025. See all the details and learn the games at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, a professional stamp licker from Jacksonville, Florida, meet Martin Celery.
Oh, gosh. I can't wait to play, Bob.
Well, let's move things along. Tell him what he's won, Johnny.
Wait, but I...
That's right, Marty. At Bueller Air and Plumbing, we've stocked up on the remaining inventory of low-cost 2024 model air conditioners. So you win. We're passing the savings on to you.
Can I answer a question first?
We need to make room for the 25s, so we're offering great deals on AC replacements while supplies last.
Could I spin the wheel at least? I've been practicing for a year.
With last-minute deals like this, there's no question that you are cool.
What do I tell my kids?
There you go. Have a souvenir t-shirt.
Thanks.
Stay cooler with Bueller. Visit BuellerAir.com.
Hey, David again with Royal Pest Services. TAP Insulation stands for thermal, acoustic, and pest control. Keep your home cool, noise out, and pests dead. Visit RoyalPestServices.com to schedule a free inspection.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Good morning.
Good morning. Coogan Nation. Time to rise and shine and start your day with Duval Sports Media Big Steppers. Dan Hicken.
You know it!
Jeff Prosser.
It's a big deal. Gosh, it sure is a big deal.
And E to the T.
E.T. is in the booth.
Rise and shine. It's go time on a Monday morning. That means the Monday morning quarterback. Oh, brought to you by DivorceMenOnly.com. Protecting the rights of men. We'll protect the rights of football as we pare it down. Got a good weekend, didn't we? Good week of pigskin. Good morning, E.T. How are we doing, friend?
Sup, I see.
Yeah, man, it was kind of dreadful that first week. A bunch of blowouts, but it kept us at least interested, really, from start to finish this weekend. Some games, maybe the score was a little closer than the game felt like as it went along, but all totaled, not a bad weekend. And lo and behold, here we are, Chiefs-Bills. Going to redo that. And over there in the NFC, wow. Huh? Big picture, what happened this weekend. Big picture, Chiefs, Bills, Mahomes, Allen. I think I saw it's now tied for the second most quarterback matchups in NFL history. Probably more to come. More on these individual games. But again, big picture, Bills, Chiefs. Chiefs always look gettable, but they don't get got. I think that's the best way to describe what's going on out there. And I think Travis Kelce got a little rejuvenation there in that bye week and a couple of weeks rest because it looked like Mahomes, Kelce circa 2020 in their win over the Texans. But I digress. Also, big picture, a couple of ways to approach this. But one, I just say, boy, it's opened up for the Eagles, hasn't it? Man, that playoff bracket just opened wide for them. They dodged the Vikings. Now, granted, the way the Rams beat the Vikings, they probably got the better team there. Yesterday, the Eagles held on. That game felt a lot like the Jags-Eagles game. We didn't stay with them at the beginning like the Rams did, but, you know, with the ball, down deep, chance to win, and much like Trevor threw it to the other team, Matthew Stafford threw it a little wide, so the Eagles survive and advance. We'll be tracking Jalen Hurts. Seemed like he twisted that knee a little bit yesterday. I'm assuming it's the knee. And Saquon Barkley, man. Whew. There's a whole list here we're going to get to at some point this morning, but like the 260-plus yard runs in the postseason, only second time that's ever happened. 200-yard games in, I don't know, there's just all kinds of columns and boxes that Saquon Barkley is checking on this just record-setting pace that he is on. And so with the bracket, as mentioned, opening up because, wow, what was that? Hey, Detroit. Boy, I read that one wrong. That's my biggest miss of the weekend. Felt the Rams were going to beat the Eagles, and that one was at least close. That was, you know, pretty much back and forth for the most part. But, buddy, I thought the Lions would put it on Washington like Washington put it on the Lions. Another big picture theme from this weekend. Turnovers, man. Can't turn it over, right? Lions turned it over. Ravens turned it over last night. feel for Mark Andrews this morning. I know I'm bouncing around. If you watched the weekend that was, you're following along.
Swipe.
Boy, feel for Mark Andrews. You do. Just a good dude. He hadn't fumbled since 2019, only the second fumble in his career. Really, the fumble, I got to be honest, feels bigger than the two-pointer. I know that drop two-pointer stings. We all know what was happening there. At least I feel I know what's happening. He catches the two-pointer, tie ball game. Josh Allen, go do your thing. Game-winning kicker touchdown. That's how that game was going to end. Or at least that is certainly a possibility. So while the two-pointer feels like it's the more egregious, it was really that fumble midfield while the Ravens were rolling with all the momentum. So a fourth quarter fumble by a guy who never fumbles. Lamar threw a pick early. Lamar gave one away he wanted back. Man, here you want to get a swipe? Here's an observation for you. Forever doubting Lamar Jackson's ability to win in the playoffs or to win a Super Bowl is what does he have to do when he has to pass? In a loss yesterday, I feel better about Lamar's chance of winning a Super Bowl than I ever have. He when they had to pass, he passed. And oh, by the way, if you turn around and run too far, I'll get 12 real quick. The turnover, and Lamar was hot in the postgame, man. I enjoyed his postgame. He handled it like you should handle it. He congratulated Josh Allen. He had smiles and handshakes for the victors yesterday, but he was running hot. He was hot because Lamar Jackson knows this. It's on him. He put the ball on the ground. Bam, he clapped his hands in the post. I can't do that. I'm hot. Dropping curse words, not the Lamar style. I feel better about Lamar's chances of winning the Super Bowl after yesterday's loss than after any of the other MVP seasons or any of the other playoff departures. So I think that part of it we can eliminate. We don't hold we haven't gotten there with Josh Allen, have we? Have we go, oh, well, with Josh Allen, he hadn't won he can't win a Super Bowl. We don't feel that about him. I think Lamar's carried that a little bit. Now he's been a two-time MVP and Heisman Trophy winner and, a star of the league in many ways. So with that comes the scrutiny. But, yeah, they didn't win it this year. I think what we learned in the AFC especially, try with all your might to get that top seed. I mean, look what the Chiefs have been able to do here. They rested everybody week 16, and then they got a bye week, and then they get to play the Houston Texans, and then play for a shot to go to the Super Bowl, where, by the way, they'll get another bye week. But, man, that should be a really good game. But back to Lamar, somehow, to me, he steadied his potential to win. That's what it feels like to me. All right, swipe. There's this other main factor with the Lions' loss on Saturday night, and that is it's open season, man. Right? Who pulls the trigger on Ben Johnson first?
Yep.
How much damage, if any, was done to Aaron Glenn the other night? Look, people that know Aaron Glenn, what he's had, I would look more at that season-long resume of keeping a patchwork defense in the top 10, sometimes top 5 this year.
Yeah, that's a bigger story right there.
I'd look at that more than I would the other night. That game was lost by the Lions' turnovers and mistakes. That's why they lost the football game. Swipe, I can do without Dan Campbell crying, bro. Huh?
He's a passionate guy.
Yeah, man, I can do without the crying, boss. I mean, like a 10-year-old that lost his army men. Come on, dude. People don't know how hard these guys have worked. Oh, yep, you're right, Coach. Here we are, 2024. Tell us how hard it is on the guys. Man, take those tears in your locker room, boss. Well, we got into a roundabout on the group text yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And, everybody is, you just get so opinionated on if they've coached before, they kind of fall into the retread category. If they're coordinators, well, you can't count on coordinators. Then you list off the coordinators that get the opportunity and fail. Do you need to have some scar tissue? Does Bill Belichick because he failed in Cleveland? Is Andy Reid because of what happened in Philly? No, I'd argue Bill Belichick is Bill Belichick because of Tom Brady, and Andy Reid's Andy Reid because of Patrick Mahomes. But nonetheless, there's just a fascinating assortment of opinions as to the direction the best type of candidate you can get when your head coaching job is open. So then I thought, pointed out during said discussion, the 14 coaches who were in the postseason this year, 14, 12 of them got their first head coaching job in the NFL coming off of a coordinator's position. The only two that didn't, initially I thought it was one, was Jim Harbaugh, who went to San Francisco initially when he started his whole NFL thing, went from Stanford, right? And the other I didn't know was Dan Campbell. But after the postgame, I said, are we sure he wasn't some team's special tiers coordinator? Get it? Teams, special teams. It's better in print than it was in writing. But anyway, the Lions are gone. Those top assistants are now fair game. I already know they're going to be, I don't want a defensive coordinator. His team gave up 45 points. I will say this. I remember back when the Jaguars hired Mike Mularkey, who was the offensive coordinator of the Falcons. You know what the Falcons did in Mike Mularkey's last game as offensive coordinator? They lost in the playoffs to the Giants 14-2. You guys figured out real quick, you can't even get to 2 points with an offense. Therefore, you got a guy coming in, just got blanked his last time out. That's a little bit of the feeling with Aaron Glenn. We'll talk to Fred Taylor today. You know, he's ear to the ground on a lot of these things. There's certainly a very valid opinions. And, boy, his opinions on Aaron Glenn that he made here kind of went nationwide, didn't they?
It did.
Yeah, talking here on the Monday morning running back. It ended up,
Seemed like after he spoke on it, it picked up a lot of momentum.
It did. And so anyway, Fred joins us today. The big fella, Tony Baselli, joins us. I wonder now what the timeline becomes for our Jaguars, that it does, it is now, as I said, quote, open season. The variety of different reports are coming out, not just here, but around the league. Ben Johnson, speculation here and other places. Reports leaking out this weekend how impressed they were with Liam Cohen. Did you see that? Did you see that report?
I saw that too.
See now, and then this is where it's so unfair to Liam Cohen. That feels like a plant. That feels like somebody inside who wants Liam Cohen to be the head coach is telling people that, boy, he was so outstanding.
Immediately, you try to go and track, who is he linked to here?
Is that too cynical, though?
No, it's not.
Yeah, that's kind of what I feel. I don't believe that as impressive even as his interview was, and I could be wrong. And God bless Liam Cohen. If he is named the head coach here, let's go win a Super Bowl. But I think it'd be awful hard to put him at the top of the power rankings of the coaches that are available right now, if we're really being honest. So, Todd Monken, another one, the Ravens offensive coordinator. His schedule gets cleared. So, Monken, Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, all guys the Jags have already interviewed virtually. Whether or not those guys get second in-person interviews will tell us a lot. We'll see if that transparency of the Jaguars continues. So you've got those three. Who else went out this weekend? What do we have? We had nobody in Houston and Eagles win. Kellen Moore, he's been interviewed, but on the Washington side, no one there. So those three guys at least. And really outside of those, everybody else. I mean, why wouldn't we have a decision, ET, by the middle of the week?
Because you're waiting on somebody or something. But yeah, we should have a decision.
I don't. Yeah, who's left to wait on? We're waiting on Kellen Moore, are we?
Right.
Right. I mean, Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn are out, and as I just mentioned, same thing with Todd Monken. Joe Brady. There's one. The Bills' offense coordinator. Yeah, the Bills' offense coordinator, Joe Brady, who's man. You want to know how the league swipe? You want to know how the league has changed? Quarterback lines, man. Winners yesterday.
Okay.
You ready?
Oh, to me.
Okay, so we had two quarterback battles yesterday. It was Matthew Stafford of the Rams, right, against Jalen Hurts of the Eagles. And if I give you a box score like this at the end of the day, okay, and I say Matthew Stafford went 26 of 44 for 324 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. And Jalen Hurts went 15 of 20 for 128 and was sacked 7 times.
Wow.
Who would you say won the game?
I would have thought Staff won that game.
Yeah, right. But Hurts Had a 70-yard touchdown run. Another one on a tush push, right? Didn't he? Didn't he have 2 yesterday?
Oh, he ran for 70?
Man. 70 total. He had the one long 44-yard run, touchdown run early. So anyway, the winning team in the playoffs, quarterback, only threw for 128 yards, but he ran for 70 and he scored on the ground. And we moved on to the late game. And again, I will ask you, if before the game, ET, I said Lamar's going to go 18 of 25 for 254, 2 touchdowns and a pick, and Josh Allen's going to go 16 of 22 for 127, who would you think was going to win the game?
Yeah, based off those numbers,
right?
I would have thought Lamar team won.
But Josh Allen, 2 rushing scores. Didn't run for a lot of yards yesterday. Kept a lot of plays available. The Bills really committed to the run. Ran it 36 times. Only threw it 22. Very efficient, 16 to 22. No touchdowns through the air, but Josh Allen is just right. He's reached his prime, hadn't he?
Yep, he's there right now.
He's right there in the decision-making, the leadership, field command. There's a lot there. We went over, listen, on Thursday when we sat in here, we kind of went over, all right, this is why the Ravens are favored, right? They're better. The receivers without Flowers, okay, maybe that's a wash. Ironically, Andrews is and likely that position far more explosive and productive than Kincaid and Knox have been. As good as James Cook and their stable is, I mean, Derrick Henry's Derrick Henry, and Justice Hill, by the way, is just as good as any Bills backup. And the Ravens' defense have been better than the Bills. I saw this going in. We didn't talk about this last week, but in the last 7 weeks of the season, the Ravens' defense was like first or second in the NFL in scoring 15 a game. But Josh Allen, he got that dog in him, man. So does Lamar. Nothing would have been decided to me in the MVP last night, although maybe it is, as we said, maybe it's just who wins the game. And to his credit, the one thing Lamar did that Josh Allen did not do, Josh Allen did not turn the football over. Lamar did twice, including a really costly one when he just put it on the ground. So we're up and at him. Let's circle back to the Jags search, give you the timelines as best we know them right now. Pointing now towards conference championship games. Lots of NFL talk. We got both Tony Pacelli and Fred Taylor today, so that'll be cool. It's MLK Jr. Day, E? Is that today?
It is.
Yeah, well, and so happy MLK Jr., all those celebrating out there. Hopefully you got a day off. We'll carry it for you. You know what one of the real big MLK Day coming signs is for me, E? Because I'm shallow this way? The NBA schedule. When I look at the NBA schedule on a weekday and I got a game at noon and 2 and another one at 3:30, I feel you. So, all right, up and at 'em here. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback. We'll be back with more next on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
About time you guys got here. That pretty lady in there is causing all kinds of hell.
Wherever there's a tailgate,
You can't win!
that's where you'll find Lauren Brooks.
Will you marry me? Nope.
Weekdays noon to 2
This is a riot.
on 1010XL.
If you're watching football this season, you know anything can happen. And on Hard Rock Bet, we mean anything. One fan in South Florida turned a $1 touchdown parlay into a $40,000 payday. Hard Rock Bet has parlays for days. With flex parlays, now you can even miss a few picks and still get paid. Parlays for every kind of play. Only on Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. When your first bet or get up to $100 back in bonus bets. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Do you have clicking, popping, swelling, or pain in your knee or shoulder? This can be due to arthritic changes in your joints. Over time, you have wear and tear of your cartilage. I am Dr. George Bari, and here at Bari Orthopedics, we have numerous ways to treat your arthritis, such as regenerative medicine, including PRP and joint replacements with CT guidance for accuracy down to the millimeter. If you are experiencing any of these symptoms, call us for an appointment today, or log on to BariOrthopedics.com.
Find out more at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com.
Get this thing unwrapped here. Duval! Prize, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval? That's right, and I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. Johns County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Daily Stash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Daily Stash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions.
It's the boss of all subs, only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it," and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a daily stash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Daily Stash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Frank Frangie here. It's new year, new truck time at Nimnik Buick GMC, home of the largest inventory of GMC Sierras in Northeast Florida and Southeast Georgia. This month, save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierra 1500s or enjoy rates as low as 0% and 0 APR financing. Yes, 0%. You can't find deals like this anywhere in Jacksonville. Shop 24/7 online at NimnikBuickGMC.com. Value your trade and customize your payment options in seconds. Nimnik Buick GMC. GMC, we are professional grade.
Transmission troubles? I'm Robin Sidbury, owner of Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. So come in and see how we can help solve your transmission troubles. We service all makes and models. Remember, get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
Because we speak your language. 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
Integrity, persistence, and standing up for victims. It's what you want in a personal injury case and what my friend and lawyer Glenn Cohen brings to every case for over 40 years. Call Glenn at Barnes & Cohen.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold, silver, and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at over $2,600 per ounce. Pay bills. Buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar, or trade it in for a new piece and get even more at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we are back. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemenonly.com. I got a Shazam spotlight that may have hit some of you degenerate gamblers right in the gut this weekend. First, from the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Jeff, let me be the first to say this morning, bleep the Texans and all their crying. I'm glad they lost, and I hope they never win another game in the NFL. Good for you, Guggen. I'm with you. Bleep the Texans. They got screwed, though, boy. I'll give you that much. They got screwed. I've never been one of these conspiracy theorists. Michael Jordan got all the calls. No, the Chiefs got all the calls. Some weak sauce calls in that game. Big misses. Weak. Twice the Texans got punished. You know what, though? You know what? This is the ripple effect from that team you brought here to Jacksonville and headhunted. Don't think that's not part of it.
That karma, baby.
That's right. That ain't who we are. Well, unfortunately, the referees and the rest of the league disagree. And when it's close like that, you ought to be able to review some of those. That's the problem. Because I will say this, both of those, when they happened, looked like they could have been legit calls. But when you looked at them on replay, they weren't. There were two instances in the Texans game. One, they were rushing the passer. It was a big play. It was a third down play. And the guy went in high, after he had released, but he didn't hit him in the head with his hands, and it looked like he had hit him helmet to helmet, face mask to face mask. But it turned out he didn't. Therefore, the flag should be picked up. Send it upstairs. Why do we send some stuff upstairs that's game impacting, but we won't fix other errors that are game impacting? Makes no sense. Later, exact same situation. Mahomes did that go to the sideline, then dance around on the field there, playing games with the defense, knowing he's protected, apparently. Then as they converged, he went down. It wasn't even a slide. He just kind of fell. He was standing there, just fell to his butt. It's not even a slide. Well, two Texans who'd had about enough of the two-step boogie there were going in to make a tackle. Well, Mahomes fell between them. The two Texans hit each other. And, man, the referees in the booth threw flags. 100 flags came in. Oh, my gosh, Precious Pat could be hurt. And then you look at the replay, no one touched the guy. So, yeah, did it cost them the game? No, Chiefs were going to win. But, gosh, it cost them in moments for sure to get the momentum to prove me wrong. I mean, I'm the guy that said there's no way the Commanders were beating the Lions. Those were terrible, egregious calls that could be corrected if the league cared. Now, there were other instances, and it happened in that game too, but this you got to put on the coaches. Hey, coaches, be on your toes. It's the playoffs.
when you get a terrible spot, be ready. The Texans got a terrible spot. It would have been a first down if they'd have challenged. They ended up missing it on 4th and 1, turned the ball over. The Rams yesterday got a terrible spot. Would have been a first down. Instead, they're sacked the next play. Yeah, it's terrible officiating. I don't like this new thing the officials do, where they come trudging in, come running in from the side, and they mark it where the dude's knee went down. They're doing that more and more, and they gravitated from where they suppose the ball might be when his knee went down to now they're just damn running to where his waist is, assuming. And when they get that assumption wrong, and it happened a couple, 3 times this weekend, these coaches have been asleep at the wheel. You got to challenge. The Stroud one was obvious. There was one with one of the Rams receivers, I think. It happened 3 times this weekend. And yeah, you can be mad at the officials for just it continues, E.T., the most amazing thing in the high, important game of football, how willy-nilly they spot the ball. I bet you over the course of a game, 10 yards one way or the other adds up in the 6 to 12 inches that they screw it up both ways. But especially when it comes down, in fact, the coach shouldn't even have to challenge that. That's another one. Where's the booth review? Oh, wait, so it'll help the Chiefs if we don't booth review? Yes, send it back down. But yeah, I just, here you go, degenerates. Today's Shazam Spotlight, brought to you by ShazamAuto.com, the Murray Ford Superstores, Stark and Kingsland. Take that short drive, beat those big city prices, and man, you are going to fall in love with the customer service. And maybe if you're about to buy a truck for the first time or ready for your next one, fearless prediction here. You're going to get this next one at the Murray Ford Superstores, and you'll be Murray for the rest of your life. How about that? Guarantee. All right. Here's the Shazam. So the Chiefs and the Texans went to kickoff in most places with the Chiefs either a 10 or 10.5 point favorite at home. The game certainly had its ups and downs. If you played either side of that wager, you spent parts of the afternoon with high hopes, where you had the Texans plus the 10.5, or you had the Chiefs minus the 10.5. You felt pretty good about having the Chiefs at minus 10.5 when they had a 23-12 lead with about 15 seconds to go, punting from their own end. And they did what is the smart thing. These are the perils of wagering, my friend. I mean, what the Chiefs did, they would do in week 3 of a regular season. But up 23-12, and quick math, that's 11 points. So they're covering the 10.5 or 10. And if you're having to bet the Texans, you've already bemoaned your losses. Chiefs punter takes the snap. Wait, where are you going? Sprints 10, 15 yards back to the end zone. Oh, no. He takes the safety. Final score, 23-14, 9-point spread. Oof.
It's so hard to think that Vegas ain't got their hands in it when stuff like that happens.
Shazam. I don't know which side was more heavily bet. The Chiefs giving all those points? I wonder where that game finished. You guys want to stand by and I'll get you that info? I'm degenerate enough that I can go somewhere that will have the pub. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. I don't want to read that 80% of the public was on the Chiefs and that got their money back. I don't need to see that. It was 9.5, which is the same deal. It went down to 9. Let me see the. Come on, man. Trends. Is that it? No. Well, dang. Told y'all I was going to find you the answer, and I did. I can't see the percentage that I'll find it either way. Anyway, it doesn't take much of a conspiracy theorist, I guess, but man, I think that's more just that's the perils of gambling. I mean, look, teams are going to do the smart thing. The smart thing there is not make yourself susceptible to a special teams mistake, a blocked punt, touchdowns. A lot can go wrong Go run that sucker out of bounds, kick it away with 10 seconds to go, and the game is over. I guess the over-under was also affected by that. What was the over-under, 37? Or 36.5 or 37, and it went, oh, man. That's funny. I don't know which side that was a bet as well. All right, look, as best as we can tell, it should be all signs go for the Jaguars now in the coaching search. If you want that second interview and you want it in person, Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, both eliminated this weekend. The Raiders are interviewing a general manager with ties to Ben Johnson. And whether or not that is the ultimate deciding factor for that head coach, for that potential head coach. The Jaguars did interview Joe Brady over the weekend before his game against the Ravens. They also interviewed Kellen Moore before his playoff game. Both those teams won, so no second interviews with them. But, Aaron Glenn, Todd Monken, the offensive coordinator of the Ravens, and obviously Ben Johnson now become, fair game, open season, as it were. I would like to see a firm, aggressive vision of now, having identified, you're pretty sure who you want, second interview, let's get this thing done before he leaves. That's where I would hope and expect the team to be in the process. But I just don't know exactly what the dynamics are with the possibility that was left open by Shad Khan that, that GM position could be negotiated. Depending. So we'll see. But again, if you missed this, let me read you. This just sounds so. And again, I don't mean to. No disrespect to Liam Cohen. He's 39 years old. A lot of these young guys have come in. They've really made an impact. But when I see this, I get cynical because of our GM's history. Anonymous NFL executive claims Liam Cohen had impressive interview with the Jaguars. Huh. Funny. What, by the way, league, what is it? Executive would be aware of what went on in the interview between Trent Baalke, because somebody in the interview, Shad or Baalke, talked to someone else and then they said that? Here, though, is what one, again, anonymous NFL executive said. He told our man Ship at SI.com that Cohen killed it in his interview with the Jags. In fact, he claims he'd be shocked if the Jags job went to either Ben Johnson or Liam Cohen. Here's what he said. Liam Cohen was nothing short of outstanding in his interview, a senior executive. His knowledge of the game, both offensively and defensively, was eye-opening, as well as his handles of the responsibilities on how to build a franchise. Nobody I spoke to in that organization was anything other than impressed. And I think it would be safe to say him and Ben Johnson are 1A and 1B on their short list. Newsflash, if Liam Cohen is 1A, you got him, seeing as checks notes, no one else has interviewed the guy. Back with a football fix. We're football heavy. I get it. I got a Gator growl when we return. Florida basketball team back in action this weekend. All that and more. You are immersed in the drill. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback. DivorcemenOnly.com.
The Drill on 1010XL from the studios of Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Tampa Bay has won 2 straight. They're up to number 3 in the Atlantic Division, and they had the second best goal differential in the Eastern Conference. They've outscored their opponents by 39 goals this season. Lightning plus 100 on the money line at Toronto today. Maple Leafs minus 120. The total 6.5 under at Scotiabank Arena. Notre Dame and Ohio State meet at the College Football Playoff Championship game in Atlanta. The Buckeyes are the 8.5-point favorite 45.5 the total. AFC title game coming up on Sunday. Chiefs a 1.5 favorite over the Bills. And the NFC, Philadelphia laying 4.5 against the Washington Commanders, 48.5 the total. $250 bonus, and you open up a GBank Visa signature card. Visa.com/GBank. Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
Aunt Linda clogged the guest bathroom. Your nephew thought the AC was a snow machine. And let's not even talk about the kitchen sink after that turkey grease incident. Ooh.
Congratulations, your family finally left. But the mess stayed behind.
Don't worry. Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning can fix it all. From backed up pipes to overworked AC units, we've got you covered.
Start the new year fresh, because your house deserves it.
Call Duck Rooter today at 904-862-6769. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Right now, get $50 off any service of $150 or more.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
New year, new beginnings, and a new roof. Start 2025 with peace of mind and take advantage of Universal Roof and Contracting's limited time offer. 15% off all roof repairs and replacements. From leaks to full replacements, call 855-ROOF-HELP or visit universalroof.com to schedule your free roof inspection today. This special New Year deal ends January 31st. Universal Roof and Contracting, protecting your home and building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys locksmith service.
If you're tired of weekend projects turning into weekend disasters, you're not alone. Building a fence isn't as easy as it looks. And let's face it, your neighbor still hasn't fixed his lopsided masterpiece. But Superior Fence and Rail makes it easy. Highly trained professionals, top quality materials, and a fence you'll love for years to come. Skip the stress and call the pros today.
When you're on the fence, about the fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Get closer to nature.
Trying to get close to these bucks out here.
Jeff Lageman, Captain Kevin Faber, and Captain Kirk Waltz. The Nimnicht Outdoor Show. Presented by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Saturday morning, 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
Have you or someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI and all criminal offenses. I've been named the best DUI attorney in the state, and David has been named the best criminal defense lawyer in Jacksonville. In your battle with the justice system, there is only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645.
Baloo here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Here you can see.
Hey, sports fans, it's Hayes Carlyon from MyBookie. It's win now or go home. The NFL playoffs are the ticket to the biggest game of the year, and all roads lead to New Orleans. The NCAA playoffs will set the stage, but this is your chance to get in on every high-stakes moment along the way. Your road to New Orleans starts now with MyBookie. MyBookie is the ultimate destination for bettors who want more. Whether you're backing the underdogs or riding with the favorites, every drive, every touchdown, every moment is an opportunity to win big. Kick off your 2025 right with risk-free Thursdays. Place a bet. If it doesn't hit, MyBookie has your back. Dive into the Bet Boost tab to supercharge your picks and build that bankroll before the big game. The action doesn't stop. MyBookie's online casino keeps the excitement going 24/7. If you haven't joined yet, now's the time. Use promo code 1010XL on your first deposit, and MyBookie will hook you up with an instant bonus because you deserve to start strong.
Happy New Year from Big Chief Tire. Frank Frangie here. Start 2025 off right by keeping your car running smoothly. Whether you're traveling for work or heading out on a weekend getaway, their expert technicians will ensure your vehicle is in top shape. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule maintenance, repairs, or tire service. With Big Chief Tire's trusted care, you'll tackle every journey ahead with peace of mind. Start the year strong. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Aren't you just happy when you can handle all your needs in one location? Well, introducing Allstate agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin. Whether it's home, life, business, or auto, Mandy covers it all. In fact, bundling policy is a great way to add extra savings. Mandy and her crew can do that. Allstate is offering lower auto insurance rates this year. Mandy can do that. You need to give Mandy Bowers a call in her Mandarin office, because when it comes to getting it all done under one roof, Mandy can do that.
I'm Ben from Beard's Diamonds. My father and I buy our stones direct from the diamond cutters. No middleman, no big company overhead, no commission salespeople, and we pass the savings on to you. Before you buy anywhere else, remember, Beard's Diamonds will beat any competitor's price.
In the St. John's Town Center or at beardsdiamonds.com. 1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, slow your roll. It's time for Jeff's Gator Growl. Brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
All right, yeah, it's time for the growl, and the Gators got their teeth back this weekend, hosted Texas in a game that was a little close for the first 10 minutes, and Florida built a 10-point lead, extended that in the second half, and ultimately went on to an easy 24-point victory. Florida's got South Carolina coming up next. The Gators couldn't be doing any better on the court. Looking at the net rankings, Florida's 16-2. They're number 5 in the country in the net rankings. That would make them a solid selection there as the number 2 seed overall. The SEC continues to be a big story in college basketball. Even though Tennessee lost at Vandy this weekend, they're still number 4 in the net. Auburn's the number 1 team in the country. And all total, the SEC has 4 of the top 7 when you include Alabama at number 7. But, look, we've talked about this. When it comes to Florida basketball and SEC basketball, there are no appropriate pun here. There are no layups. Every single look at Vandy. Vandy's at the bottom of the league. Tennessee went in there and lost. There's a lot. There is a lot of that going to happen this year in the SEC so far. Auburn is the only one that has stayed above the fray, and I think almost now consensus. Auburn and Duke seem to be the 2 best teams in the country. And that Cooper Flag's been every single thing that they said he was going to be and more. But, yeah, the Gators, again, South Carolina this Wednesday. South Carolina's been struggling. They do have one of the league's best players. And Florida will tote that number 5 overall net ranking into Columbia, South Carolina, coming up this weekend. I was pondering here. Fire up the band. We got a football fix. I'm just going to go through a couple of things before we get to the news, so to speak. Football Fix brought to you by Allstate agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin. That's Assurance agent, if you ask me. And the home course at Jewington Creek Golf Club. You tee it high, let it fly. The best value in golf. The fine friends I have over there at the Jewington Creek Golf Club. We're not the Raiders or the Raiders, and the Eagles or the Eagles. In other words, why one is a loser and the other is a winner. I take you back to the 2023 draft. 2 teams in search of defensive linemen. The Raiders, with the number 7 overall pick, went with Tyree Wilson, a defensive end from Texas Tech. E, what can you tell me about Tyree Wilson?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay. 2 picks later, the Philadelphia Eagles selected Jalen Carter, defensive lineman, Georgia. What can you tell me about him, E?
He likes the speed.
First team All-Pro, yeah.
First team All-Pro.
That off field before he left certainly knocked him down. He was a dominant monster yesterday.
Oh my goodness!
And he has been all year. And so there are the Eagles at 9 getting Jalen Carter, while the Raiders at 7 took Tyree Wilson. Oof. Now there may have been some timing, by the way, with the whole Ruggs thing, where taking Carter would have been absolute no way. You know what I mean? But you can't give the Raiders the benefit of the doubt. I saw this story over the weekend while we were all marveling at Byron Young and this unbelievable Rams defensive line. Saw Braden Fisk. Jared Verse is an absolute monster. He's going to be one of the best ends in the league. They totally, and the impressive thing, they totally rebuilt that defensive line, really, in 2 years. Last year, they got Colby, gosh, I'm forgetting his last name, and Byron Young. Is it Turner? Maybe Turner, Byron Young. This year, Fisk, Verse. But I saw this story about Byron Young. Did you see this, E?
Yeah, that can't be real.
Is this
man.
real? I take you back to the draft. This can't be real.
No way.
We take you back to the 2023 draft again. Where, by the way, the Raiders have already taken a defensive lineman right there.
Right?
The Rams' rebuild apparently took a massive turn because they were able to get edge rusher Byron Young out of Tennessee with the 77th pick. He went on to finish a second behind, Kobe Turner for rookie sacks, was on the all-rookie team. But the kicker is the Rams probably should have never gotten him. Reports are emerging that if it weren't for the absolute dysfunction of the Raiders, the Rams' Byron Young would have been a Raider. According to an ESPN radio host, he says the Raiders selected the wrong Byron Young. You see, in the 2023 NFL draft, there were 2 Byron Youngs. An edge rusher out of Tennessee, that's who the Rams drafted, and a defensive tackle out of Alabama that the Raiders took 7 spots ahead. Now, this host, Quint Myers, would go on to say, I don't know, this could end up being funny. He was selected before Byron Young went to the Rams. I remember a lot of people said, wait, are you sure it's the Alabama one that we're taking? Looking back, there could be some evidence. Now, the Raiders would obviously disagree with this, but either way, it would be the second time in that draft a much better defensive lineman went 3 or 4 picks after the one you took. That's the same draft that they passed on Jalen Carter early. Look, it's easy to second-guess the Jalen Carter passing now that he's playing like he is. That's fair. Now, look, we've I think learn how muddy NFL circles can be, quote unquote, right? All different reports. But did you see this nugget that came out from Ben Johnson's interview process last year with Washington?
No.
All right. Take it for what it's worth. From one of the insiders, was told that Ben Johnson was, quote, turned off by the Commanders' ownership last year when he was interviewed by them. Ultimately, that job went to Dan Quinn. I'd say both Quinn and the Commanders are happy. Anyway, he felt he was turned off by the Commanders' ownership, thought they were, quote, basketball guys, felt they were a little too confident in their football opinions. Also heard he, quote, didn't interview well. Also, it's reported he didn't want to coach the Commanders because they were drafting Daniels and he wanted to have Sam Howell. Wait, what? Ooh, second interview scrapped. Paging Joe Brady. Liam Cohen, he had that outstanding interview, right? I told you all about it. All right, feel for Mark Andrews. More for the fumble, gang. It was the fumble that was a more devastating mistake, really, than the two-point conversion because there's still a minute 40 to go. If he catches the two-point conversion and the Ravens tie at 27-27, it felt, and it's never a sure thing, but it felt like Josh Allen would do what he needed to do in that last drive to get the Bills points, but we'll never have to know. Because I will say this, look, the Ravens were intent on stopping the Bills just as much as they would have been had the game been tied. They needed to get the ball back, and yet still the Bills drove it all the way down into Ravens territory and were able to take a knee. So I think that game was going to end with the Bills winning despite that Andrews drop of a potential game-tying two-pointer. But really it was the fumble and the fact that this guy has one fumble in his career, man. And they love him up there, by the way. You can tell that in the postgame. A postgame where Lamar Jackson was fired up. By the way, he's not going to blame his boy, Mark Andrews' loss. Lamar blames himself. And here is, I mean, if there's any saving grace in this, is I'm sure I have company around the NFL thought tank that Lamar looks more capable than ever of winning a Super Bowl. And this knock or these reins that we put on him that if he has to pass or his passing game isn't good enough, I think we can throw that out the window. I mean, they needed to drive down the field on his right arm to tie a game, and then he put it right in the basket to tie it again. Yeah, it ain't going to be Lamar's passing ability is never going to be the reason now why the Ravens don't win the Super Bowl. He may end up with more than one. It takes you a long time sometimes to get there, but he goes down in defeat to Josh Allen and the Bills. We'll take another crack at the Chiefs. The Bills, I think I saw, are 3-0 against the Chiefs. Or is it 3-1 against the Chiefs in the regular season? 0-3, I think, now in the playoffs against them. including a loss last year in Buffalo in this divisional round. Commanders with the upset of the weekend, but the O-line took a hit. Starter Sam Cosmi tore his ACL, so he'll be out. Matthew Stafford going to ponder his future. Says to take a little time. Not knowing the situation at all, feels like Stafford will come back and play another year, but we shall see. Saquon Barkley stole the show, man. Over 200 yards racing, chasing greatness. A 205-yard game again. He hit some numbers. We'll get into them later. Fun with numbers. Plus some columns that he checked off of just outrageous success. Okay, now the quasi-crazy, where'd that come from, interview of the NFL weekend. Did you see who the Bears interviewed? The Chicago Bears interviewed Eddie George.
Oh, wow.
Huh. Dip into the college ranks. Tennessee State coach Eddie George interviewed in person with the Bears on Sunday. We know all about Eddie George as a player. Former Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy, former Commanders and Panthers coach Ron Rivera interviewed in person with the Bears within the past week. George, let's see, what has he done at old Tennessee State? Tennessee State, home of Claude Humphrey. 24-22 in 4 years there. This past season, 9-4 record, made the FCS playoffs, named the Big South Ohio Valley Conference Coach of the Year, which on the power rankings is just below the NFC North. That's Football Fix. You're welcome. Hicken and Rival more come your way next. You're listening to The Drill on the Monday Morning Quarterback. DivorceMenOnly.com.
The NBA is on 1010XL.
Orlando travels to Jurassic Park for an evening matchup with the Raptors. Tuesday night at 7 on 1010 a.m.
Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Hicken here for Bow 9 Associates, where you'll find Jacksonville's most esteemed eye doctors at each of their locations. After being selected for one of the most competitive ophthalmology fellowships in the world, Dr. Frank Bowden is frequently called upon for his expert opinion. He is currently one of the few cornea and external disease specialists in the area and the founder of Bow 9. Visit Bow 9 Associates today and experience the difference. Bow 9 Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
What's good, fellas? It's your boy E to the T here. And do you need a little boost in the bedroom? Well, Blue Chew is what you need. By now, you probably know that Blue Chew is an online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, and Staxin, but in a chewable form. And it's all at the fraction of the cost. So what you waiting for? Blue Chew is all online, my boy. No doctor's visits, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Plus, it ships right to your door in a discreet package. The licensed medical pros work with you to find the right ingredients and strength for your prescription. Guys, if you don't like swallowing pills, no problem. Blue Chew is a chewable tablet. And ready for a great offer? How about free? Go to BlueChew.com, consult with a licensed medical provider, and get your first month for free. Turn that oh no, ha ha, into a oh yeah. Just chew it and do it. You see what I did there? Go to BlueChew.com.
You know, many plumbers won't quote prices over the phone and instead charge a service fee for an in-home estimate. Of course, because they know once they're in your home, you're probably not going to send them away. But Roland Reach Plumbing is different. Roland will give you a price quote over the phone. And there's never a trip charge or service fee for an estimate. So if you've got a leak and can't wait a week and don't like paying unnecessary fees, call on Roland Reach Plumbing at plumbingjacksonville.com.
Homeowners, listen up. It's time to start fresh in 2025. Prosser here, and Loan Pronto is here to help take control of your finances in 2025 by lowering your house payments and consolidating that nagging debt. Did you know that 9 out of 10 borrowers get a better deal by calling Loan Pronto? Right now, Loan Pronto has some of the most competitive offers for refis, debt consolidation, and purchase loans, starting in the low 5s APR. If your current rate is over 6%, don't settle for paying too much. Even if you're in process with another lender, call Loan Pronto now. Lock in at a lower rate today and close in as little as 2 weeks, often with no appraisal. You can even skip your next 2 house payments. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Get your personalized Loan Pronto rate quote instantly with no hard credit pull and no upfront fees. Call now, 904-999-1508, or go to loanpronto.com. That's 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. Subject to lender approval, NMLS consumeraccess.org.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
1010XL is the home of Gator Nation and the Gator Bites podcast presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. I'm Hacker, and we keep you connected with the University of Florida all year long. Get Gator Bites where you find podcasts.
Denny Thompson here. Tyson Sound & Security has a huge prize sweepstakes now through the big game. I'm talking a 75-inch loaded Samsung TV with 3D surround sound, a sound bar with wireless subwoofer, and installation is included. Stop by the new showroom, check out the setup, and drop your name in the box for your chance to win the $2,500 prize now through February 9th. Tyson Sound & Security now at 3555 U.S. Highway 17 in Fleming Island.
Facing a DUI charge or even a boating under the influence charge? Well, I'm your man, DUI lawyer Malcolm Anthony at 285-4LAW. 285-4LAW. Once again, 285-4LAW.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Hey, it's Angela and Brian Wall. How many companies do you know in this day and age that actually want their potential customers to call their competition and get quotes from them?
That's what WonderWorld wants you to do. WonderWorld knows there are other window companies out there, but we also know those other guys. When compared to WonderWorld, they can't offer you the quality at the price that WonderWorld can.
And with WonderWorld, you get the absolute best guarantee there is in the window replacement business.
If anything goes wrong with your new WonderWorld windows, 5 years from now, 10, 15, 50, WonderWorld and I will be there to fix it for you. You get peace of mind with WonderWorld, and to top it off, WonderWorld windows increase the value of your home. So look what you get with WonderWorld. Quality windows, low price, the best guarantee in the business, energy savings, and an increase in the value of your home. A win-win for you.
Call WonderWorld today and get your free in-home estimate, or see them online at WonderWorldNEFlorida.com.
WonderWorld, simply the best for less. Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
Cannonball! Honey, someone's in our pool.
Oh, refreshing.
John, what are you doing?
Oh, hey, Dave. Seeing as how me and the guys at Clearwater Irrigation reinstalled your sprinklers after the pool contractor ripped it out, I thought you wouldn't mind if I took a quick dip.
But in a Jaguar print Speedo?
Yeah, Dave. My bad.
Clearwater Irrigation. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at sprinklers.
And drainage, too.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Baker Glass. Jaguars head coach search continued over the weekend. The team conducted a virtual interview with Buffalo Bills offensive coordinator Joe Brady on Saturday afternoon. This was the 10th interview of the search as the Jags continue to cast a wide net. The 5th-ranked Florida Gators stumbled against the Missouri Tigers, but they got it right on Saturday, putting the hammer to the unranked Texas Longhorns. Head coach Todd Golden wanted to see effort on the home court.
We just cannot allow it to happen where a team comes in here and plays harder than us. To the credit of our players and our staff, I thought we played incredibly hard.
Pro teams around the state and the NBA, the Denver Nuggets rolled to a win over the Orlando Magic on Sunday night. Miami Heat beat the San Antonio Spurs on Sunday. Jimmy Butler had 8 points and 7 assists in his second game since returning from a 7-game suspension. At your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, I'm Sam Nelson.
At 7:02, it's 33 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
It was all a dream.
I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
It was all a dream.
With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. Let freedom ring, and when this happens, it was all a dream. When we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spirit, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
You know it!
It was all a dream.
Yes, sir! Happy MLK Day, everyone. Big showdown with the Knicks and the Hawks coming up in a few hours.
It's big. I know we got plans. We're going to be over at
Mudville
Shooting
3.
Stars winning.
Yeah.
Watching, I mean.
Rocking and rolling. It's
Sure.
a big one. So we'll see how that one turns out. We're scuffling again. So, Cat's out. So who knows? Who knows? You got a big win over Boston the other night. It's good to be here. Obviously, football dominated.
Hawks talk. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. We got a Final Four set, so we're ready to roll. And football.
Final tonight. I haven't even talked about that yet.
Oh, yeah. Sunday was so much better than Saturday in terms of the viewer.
Saturday was enough to keep me interested
all right.
after that first weekend. I mean, at least the games felt like they were, especially Detroit, kept waiting on them to turn it back. They couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Turnovers were the deal this weekend. Detroit and Baltimore lost because they turned it over.
Yeah. So I saw this on Lamar. I kind of feel like this time I don't think, even though Lamar blamed himself and did have 2 turnovers, which you can't have, but I didn't feel like he played poorly at all.
No.
Right?
I feel better about his chances to win a Super Bowl rather than worse.
But he is, after 7 years, he's 3-5. After 8 years, or after 7 years, I believe he's 3-5. The exact same record as Peyton Manning, who was then 3-6, and then in his 9th year won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know it takes a while.
So I feel like sometimes, and then Jaden Daniels might go win the whole thing this year. Who knows?
He's the first rookie for sure, and not even make one.
Yeah,
he's the first rookie to make the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
feels like the Eagles just all fell into place for the Eagles.
It did.
The whole bracket, the whole thing.
But a couple weeks ago, Washington beat Philly.
Yeah.
So just a couple weeks ago,
two words.
Watched.
Huh? 2 words.
What?
Kenny Pickett. That was the quarterback when the Redskins beat him, I think, by 3.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Jalen Hurts the difference maker. A little banged up yesterday. Saquon Barkley is woof.
Saquon Barkley, by the way, as great as Josh and Lamar were this year, this is a cat who went for over 2,000 yards. If he didn't pull himself out of the game, would have also had the single game rushing record.
And the single season.
And then also, I think I read somewhere like every guy who had run for over 200 yards against an
I
opponent,
told you, no one went over 65.
Yeah. Well, he went over 200 again.
Yeah. And Henry had a good day. So that didn't work for not that kind of day, but a decent day.
So
the Ravens ran for a ton. I
felt like they didn't give the ball to Henry enough. I kept taking him out and putting the other kid in.
Yeah,
I felt
what are you doing? But Hill was good. I mean, at one point he's 5 for 60 or something.
Yeah, he was good, but
I hear you.
I don't know, man.
The turnovers, man. I mean, listen, you can.
He's the sickest man in America. Oh, Mark Andrews.
You know what though, Hick?
Shades of Jackie Smith.
This is the reality.
Mm-hmm.
He should be sick about a play yesterday. It's not the drop 2-pointer. Yeah, that one hurts. I got news for everyone. Josh Allen's going down the field. They're winning the game. That's at least a possibility.
There's a minute 30 to go.
That fumble was the bad one.
Yeah.
You got all that momentum. You're driving. You get it past midfield. And the Ravens had 2 fumbles where they just put it on the ground for no reason. Well, he got punched, but Lamar, Lamar was hot in the postgame. I respected his verve. I know he dropped some, profanity. Oh, well.
Yeah.
But I think he should have put it on himself. He's right. You can't throw that pick. But more importantly, you cannot put that ball on that ground there. You gave him 7.
Yeah.
And you're driving. Yeah. And that was like that's kind of play that you just, the Monday morning, you no matter who the quarterback is, you run him out of town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. Now, it could be anyone. That could be, Herbert.
Josh Allen's stats weren't out of this world.
No.
He threw for like 120 yards.
Same thing with Hurts.
And here's something odd. How about this one? In all 4 playoff games, the team that had the most yards lost.
I guess trailing. The turnovers. That's where the turnovers come in.
The team that had the most total yards lost the game. Houston, they did something that nobody does. Let me get it here. I got it right here. It was. And by the way, I'm Kansas City fatigued, but in no way, shape, or form could I find myself rooting for Houston.
Yeah, me either.
I could not.
And I'm not I get mad at the refs when it's our team, but I seem to always downplay a little bit when it's somebody else complaining. But 2 things are true. The Texans got ripped off on a couple of calls the other day. It was weak sauce. They ought to be reviewed. Something ought to happen. But number 2, see Houston, see D'Amico, it is who you are.
Yeah.
And when you knock a quarterback into left field for no reason, people remember.
Yeah.
And so you lose any grace on those plays when it comes to late hits and dirty plays and cheap shots. So that's the other side of that. That second one where Mahomes just danced around and then fell to the ground. And
he baited him.
And then those 2 didn't even touch him.
Yeah, that was terrible.
That was terrible.
Well, one thing we learned, the officiating was horrible this weekend.
It was bad.
The hold they called on Osiris Torrance was terrible, and then the PI that they called on Baltimore was worse.
And also Deion Dawkins was the one that that hold.
Deion
Dawkins?
That's right.
I was making sure there wasn't a second one, but that was terrible. I'll give you another one, and this is on the coaches. It's the playoffs. It's make or break. Twice this weekend, I saw, and this is where the refs are also terrible. I don't know about this new thing. If you run in, you spot the ball where his knee was. That's not how it works, ref.
Yeah.
It's where the ball is when his knee goes down, and they just keep backing up their estimation more and more. Twice this weekend, though, the team had the first down, and their coaches didn't challenge.
Yeah.
It happened in the Texans game with Stroud, and it happened. It was maybe the Rams game when one of the receivers.
And obviously everything's magnified, but you watch the spotting of the ball. And the judges both come in at different angles.
It's so haphazard.
And whoever gets to the ball first gets to mark.
It's so important, yet so haphazard. These yards that they are giving away over the course of a game.
That's crazy.
But that's still bad if there's still like a couple of those spots were like a yard off. Right? It wasn't 6 inches. I mean, the ball is down on the line when his elbow goes down, and they mark it like, almost 2 feet back.
Yeah. I think the Texans had outgained the opposition by 100 yards. They committed 0 turnovers, and they lost. And it's like the 55th team in the other teams are
We had games like that. We had a game like that this year, the Vikings game, where you do this, that, and the other, and you still don't win.
I got no greater joy, though, out of any moment than Kelsey catching the touchdown pass and Aziz at his feet in the end zone.
Yeah, that was good, too.
I like that.
And he stared at him.
Yeah, he did. I enjoyed that. I don't care what anybody says. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a great deal. So, great games. It'll be fun to watch. I'm all aboard Buffalo. I would have been all aboard Baltimore.
Yeah.
Stop the Kansas City train.
Yeah, I'll pull for. I'm so happy for Buffalo, Tom. One more away.
Well, they got through the divisional playoff,
which has gotten them the last 2 years, Cincinnati and KC.
Yeah,
at home both times.
I think the KC 13-second game was a divisional playoff game, too.
Well, I'm talking about the last 2 home games, though. And here's the Bills are 3-1 against the Chiefs regular season, 0-3 postseason.
Yeah.
There's a lot to slay there. And this Bills team, this is one reason that you could promote Josh Allen. You watch him, you just wonder. They're not that good. They're good. They're not great. They don't have a lot of great players. Most great teams have a few great players.
Yeah.
Chris Jones, Patrick Mahomes, Kelsey. The Bills got one great player, it feels like. They got a bunch of good players, Milano and Shakir and Cook, and they got a bunch of good players. I don't mean to demean them at all, but they're not. How many Bills are first-team All-Pro? Any? Is there a single Buffalo Bill who's first-team All-Pro? Don't you feel also after this weekend that the AFC is winning the Super Bowl?
I don't know. We'll see. I'm blown away by the NFC North going 0-3 and that the NFC East having 2 teams in the conference championship game. I think what happened, and we did say this, I think the NFC is a lot more equal value, and I think we said there were 3 teams who could win the AFC.
Yeah.
Buffalo, Kansas City, and Baltimore.
And it's going to be one of them.
Okay? But we did say that the NFC, to me, I thought the playoffs would be better on that side because I think any team could beat any team.
I
think that's kind of.
I was pretty sure. I think I may have felt better on Detroit reaching the Super Bowl at least than any other team.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a conversation 3 weeks ago where y'all would have bet money then they would win the Super Bowl.
Yep.
It can go that fast in the NFL. They had the big choke of the weekend. That was just disgusting what the Lions did.
I felt sorry.
No excuse.
I felt sorry for Lions fans. And
Fans.
Lions and
Yeah.
Man, oh, man.
But Ben Johnson was cooking, though.
He was until he had the receiver throw the ball. That was bad. But then
that was him, though. Why would you throw that ball?
Little pitch play, though, was
Listen,
cool.
if you put it on a receiver, of course he's going to throw. But here's the thing: you live by the trick play, you die by the trick play. I
true.
love it. And at the end, the guy scored 31 points. Social media, man. Some of these fans are going nuts about this guy's an idiot. This guy, are you kidding me?
Right.
What
he was great all year. He was great all year.
I'll sign you up at halftime. Gee whiz,
that play
man.
was cool, though.
Go get that guy and let's go and see what happens. Again, we don't know what kind of head coach he's going to be. I'll say this, though. Shad's comment where he said it would be suicidal to make a total change doesn't look so good because that's what Washington did, and they're in the one win away from the Super Bowl.
No, it should have done both. That's a huge mistake. I don't need Washington as the example. This is a perfect time for a clean break. Yeah, it'll take a little extra work. It'll be a little extra busy work, a little bit more of a pain, but that's what we need, I think. By the way, 5 Baltimore Ravens, first team All-Pro, including Lamar.
Yeah.
0 Buffalo Bills, first team All-Pro.
Yeah. That was my argument as to why I would have voted for Josh Allen over Lamar. I've been a co-MVP guy in this thing.
Yeah, I'm fair with that too.
Because the expectations were a lot less in Buffalo than they were in Baltimore.
Well, and I said this going in the game. I want to say whoever wins this game, that's my MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bills are at home. Oh, well, they got less talent. They got, whoever wins this game is my MVP. And I know that's not what totally decided, but I could say the most valuable player didn't turn the ball over yesterday in the important game, and the second best player did twice.
I felt like I agreed with Tony Romo, though, as man, I'm like, get this kid running the ball. Get him outside. Keep the ball in job. Why do they keep running the ball? It was almost, but it worked. They won the game, so they got some help along the way. I had a feeling that thing was going to get dicey towards the end, and it did. And they got down there on 3rd and goal from the 2. I would have done two tush pushes or got him outside and let him run like he did for the 6 or 7 yards inside the 10. Instead, they just went up the middle. He got nothing. And you saw Josh Allen. He almost turned it over. He really, in his mind, as he was getting wrapped up, he was going to pitch that ball
he did.
To Cook. And
he did.
I don't know what told him not to, but
you're right. I saw that. You're right. That's
that ball
experience.
Gets pitched and it goes on the ground.
He did that early in his career at Houston. They were playing on the road, like in the wild card round, and it would have been an upset for them to win, but they were going to do it, and they were driving into his territory, and he did something like that, tried some crazy pitch.
Jeb, you said it. That's experience, and that's where Jamison Williams, where he threw the ball, he is inexperienced because he threw it in like double or triple coverage. You don't throw that ball.
But in the end, they still scored 31 points. The Lions did. It was the defense, and then of course, everybody wants to blame Aaron Glenn, dudes. Go look at who's missing from that roster.
Right.
There's not. I mean, the guy. I was looking at his 2 deep. All right. Marcus Davenport, Aleem McNeil, Aiden Hutchinson, Carlton Davis, Brian Branch got hurt, Robertson got hurt early.
Hitters.
Rake Straw is out, backup guy. Barnes, Rodriguez, Houston, Wingo, all backup guys out injured. I mean, on their 2 deep, they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13 guys out of 22 are not available.
This team was duct taped together.
I mean, they threw that dude out there at either safety or corner who had played 1 snap the whole year.
I would go with the 17 games of this season and what he did.
That's what you got to do.
And how would you run a locker room? First thing I would ask him of both Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson, if we do hire you and you have a great year and you happen to lose the first round like 1,000 coaches have before and will you cry in the post game? Your answer is important to me.
Oh, dear.
Will you cry in the post? If you come down here and go 15-2, if you come down here and you go 15-2, is that the culture we're going to have? Do I need a special tiers coordinator to go along with the rest of the staff changes?
I mean, you just...
Come on, man.
I mean...
Come on.
Guy put everything he had into it.
Come on. Then don't meet the media. Stop it.
Don't meet the media, then you rip them.
Biting kneecaps. Listen, kneecap biters don't cry after they lose a game and talk about how hard it is on the guys. It's hard on the guys.
We're just warming up. It's a Monday. Lots to go over here. Football-wise, the Jag coaching search can now go to the next level, so hopefully it will. Hopefully they make a move here. But Joe Brady is still out there as well in Buffalo 1. So
there's another Kellen Moore, another one that they've interviewed who's still.
I would suspect if
Spagnuolo, another.
I would suspect if it's going to be one of the Lions guys that it'll start to expedite.
Well, somebody needs. Yeah, if you want one of them, be aggressive and have a press conference tomorrow. Why not?
We'll talk about that and more as we warm up here on the drill on a Monday. Baselli will be on Tuesday.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep, he has some holiday, I bet, obligations this morning as we celebrate along with you Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We're going to take a quick break, come back with a 10-minute drill on the Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemenonly.com.
This is your Duval Minute, brought to you by Lift Power, your turnkey solution for all warehouse needs.
All right, so the coaching search can go to the next level. The Detroit guys are available. That would be Aaron Glenn, and also that would be Ben Johnson. And, obviously the Raiders are making a full-court push to get Johnson as well. They're interviewing the guy that everybody says that he wants to be his general manager. We'll see. We'll see how it pans out, but hopefully we'll get the right guy here in Jacksonville for the first time in a long time. That's your Duval Minute, brought to you by our friends at Lift Power. Look, the job market is hot. Lift Power is looking for experienced lift truck and dock and door technicians in the Jacksonville area. The benefits include 401k, a company vehicle, paid training, sign-on bonus. What an offer. Come see why Lift Power has been voted one of the best places to work for the past several years. Our rapidly growing business has proudly served the Jacksonville area for more than 50 years, and we want you to be part of the family. Don't let the opportunity slip by. Learn more at liftpower.com. That's liftpower.com.
1010XL.
Who's having a good time?
Duval's Good Timin' Sports Talk Radio.
Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
Garber Auto Mall is home of a lifetime warranty. Every new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevy, Buick, GMC, and Ford comes with a lifetime warranty. At Garber Auto Mall, your purchase is covered for life. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or at GarberAutomall.com. And remember, at Garber Auto Mall, there's always a little room for wiggle.
Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
Are you having trouble selling your home or coming to a decision to sell your home because you hear some of the problems people are running into? Recent talk about interest rates, economic uncertainty. Is now the right time to sell? Will you get the price you need? What about repairs or showings? Here's the good news. You don't have to figure that out by yourself. Hire the friendly, no-pressure, experienced agents. They eat and sleep Jacksonville real estate. Call my agents Chad and Sandy Newman. Maybe you want guaranteed no-hassle home sale but don't want to give up hard-earned equity to do it. Chad and Sandy can do it. They do it with a bottom-line guarantee. Your home sold guaranteed or they will buy it. That's right. At agreed-upon terms, it's as simple as that. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. No required costly repairs. Pick your move-in date. Jonathan Mount Pleasant said the only thing standing between me and my dream of traveling in my RV was the sale of my Mount Pleasant home. I heard Chad and Sandy on the radio, and boom, 3 days, multiple offers. That's ChadandSandy.com.
Seminole Hard Rock Tampa is excited to bring you live craps, roulette, and sports betting. All under one roof, hotter than the Florida sun. Feel the luck of the dice, watch the roulette wheel spin, and scream for your touchdown as the big screen comes alive. Dine like a rock star, sip cocktails that shimmer, then dive into the heart of Las Vegas right here in Tampa Bay. Live craps, roulette, sports betting is here. Get in on the action now. Only at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Tampa, located off of I-4 near I-75. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-10-MINUTE.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. When mice and rats show up in your home or business, they can be a real pain. You need them out fast, before they have time to multiply. Terminix knows how to shut down rodents and will keep them from coming back to wreak more havoc. When rodents show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with a rodent problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online just like I did. That's TERMINIX.com. TERMINIX.com.
for my friends at Beaches Dermatology. They've been a long time Jacksonville business. Doctors Boudreaux, Doctors Metz, taking care of you. Been taking care of me for years. My skin, checking out my skin, making sure that everything is A-okay, man. You don't want to mess around with any of those, melanomas or such. You want to catch them early. Dr. Fader with the Mohs surgery over there. Staff is second to none off of Solana Road. That's where I go, but there are other Beaches Dermatologists who serve you. So, listen, they want to remind you, even in the cold weather, man, and it might be a little dreary this week, but when that sun pops out, man, you got to protect that skin. Put on that hat. Put on that long sleeve dry fit, man. Put on that sunscreen. And if something does show up on your skin and you're not sure what it is, then go get it checked out. It's real easy. Just go online. You can make an appointment at beachesdermatology.com. That's beachesdermatology.com.
This is Tony Baselli, Pro Football Hall of Famer. I was known for protecting our quarterback. These days, I'm extending that protection to a different arena, your home. I have partnered with Heritage Roofing of North Florida, your premier local roofers with over 25 years of experience. Heritage is your go-to roofer for hurricane preparation, with same-day inspections and estimates. They also work with all insurance companies. Let Heritage Roofing of North Florida safeguard your home and family. Visit heritagenfl.com for your free estimate today.
State license CCC 1335410.
Fred Taylor is now in 1010XL's backfield.
Fred Taylor with 2 touchdowns.
Fred Taylor joins Dan and Jeff on the drill. Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein and Robbins and Monahan Jewelers on 1010XL.
Before the Great American Race on Sunday, the high banks of Daytona heat up with a Saturday night showdown in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Experience the intense competition up close on the sport's biggest stage to kick off the 2025 season. The NASCAR Xfinity Series at Daytona International Speedway, Saturday, February 15th. Tickets start at just $49, and kids 12 and under are free in general admission. Secure your seats now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
If you suffer from constant burning, tingling, or numbness in your hands or feet, it could be a serious condition called neuropathy. I'm Dr. Nathan Riddle, DC with Riddle Wellness in Ponte Vedra. Neuropathy is treatable, and we have seen great results by using state-of-the-art, non-invasive therapies to target damaged nerves, reduce symptoms, and improve nerve function. Call 904-395-5598 to schedule your free consultation today and learn how you can live pain-free. Call 904-395-5598.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Mike Dempsey here. Look, it's been 10 years that I've been vouching for my guys at Dandy Boots, and for a decade, I'm proud of my association with a local family business. They make a great product. I've made no secret that I was a customer long before Dandy ever came on board on 1010XL. But I'm thinking I'm due a little Dandy swag, maybe a little love. How about a Dandy t-shirt, a ball cap? So how about it, Thompson family? What do you got going on over there? In the meantime, I'm going to keep eating those delicious tuna salad sandwiches. So guys, keep helping me out and grab a Dandy sandwich today.
Start your new year off healthy. Get screened at Ackerman Urology for common cancers of the prostate, bladder, and kidney. Early detection is key with 5 locations across Northeast Florida. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
Epic offers. Factory direct pricing on AC equipment from Epic Cool Heating and Air. Call 904-859-EPIC. Epic discounts for military, police, first responders, and 1010 listeners like you. Epic Cool Heating and Air.
Make a resolution this new year to send all of your friends or family a Kuhn Flowers floral arrangement. ET here with 1010XL. Okay, how about sending just one person you love a floral arrangement? Kuhn Flowers can handle it.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Brought to you by
Advanced Business Solutions.
Your local authorized Xerox deal on 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
We got sports concepts and rationalizations. We call it the 10-minute drill. At the end of the drill, we like to hand out a prize pack that he says is razzle-dazzle. I'm checking blind today on a Monday. E, what do we have this week?
I got some razzle-dazzle for you, my boy. I got 2 tickets to the Neil Diamond Experience at the Thrasher Horn Center, plus a $100 gift card to Pandora. This is courtesy of Explorer Clay. Holla at your boy at the end of the 10-minute drill.
Became the summer. Oh, Neil. Oh, Neil. That's at the end, by the way. I didn't mention our Dream Finders Homes poll question today, but I'll do it now. I'm not afraid. Dream Finders Homes, the official home builder of the Jaguars, the Gators, and the PGA Tour. Now your chance to lock down an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate, but you better do it quickly. 15 different locations to serve you. Simple today. Ultimately, who wins the Super Bowl, boys? You got one of 4. Chiefs, Bills, Eagles, Commanders. 700 votes are in. Chiefs, Bills, Eagles, Commanders. Who you got, E?
Y'all know what to do and what not to do, and what you don't do was bet against Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
So I'm riding with Buddy until you can't.
All right. That's who you think will win the Super Bowl. Jeff, who do you think will win the Super Bowl? Down to 4.
Before I give you that, and as the reigning winner of this year's Friday 5-pack,
yes,
I have a degenerate gambling strategy that maybe you should at least research out there. I know Vegas doesn't give away money, so maybe this isn't as simple or as possible as it seems.
Mm-hmm.
But the Eagles right now are the favorite to win the Super Bowl. Did you know that?
For real?
Yeah. But you know why?
Why?
They're the favorite because the Bills Chiefs have to beat the Bills Chiefs, and you don't know who's even going to win that game, much less name them the Super Bowl favorite.
You can go bet on the Eagles right now.
You can bet on the Eagles right now because here's what's going to happen when the Super Bowl matchup is if the Eagles win when it's made, either the Bills or the Chiefs are going to be favorites over the Eagles.
Yeah.
Now, back to the question, who do I think is going to win? I think the Bills are going to win the Super Bowl.
I do feel real AFC-ish, though.
Yeah, well,
It's gonna be AFC.
You're right about that. 47% like the Bills, 30%. So 77% are on with the AFC. 15% Washington, only 8% Philly.
I don't. Is Washington going to beat Philly? I don't think so.
Man, that'll be.
You know, Saquon went for like $150 against them both times this year, and I have a feeling that man's going to go for he's doing one of these crazy. Who's the last to do this, Dan? Dickerson, maybe back in the day, where every time he goes on the field,
yeah, but they're winning too.
And that's what I mean.
The Dick wasn't winning.
Didn't he have a year where they took him to the playoffs like this? I thought he did,
What?
but. Well, that's what he called him. That is his nickname, in fairness, but I don't like how he says it so comfortably.
Right.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. I feel you there.
Kids are asleep today.
I feel your awkwardness there, but that was his nickname.
Yeah.
For real, that's what they called him?
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, not privately, not in a ha-ha way.
No.
I mean, if you're on Sports Center, that's what,
Anyway, that's the poll question brought to you by our friends at Dream Finders Homes. Get in the game. Go to dreamfindershomes.com. You'll be glad you did. Tell them Dream Finders Danny sent you, and like I said, lots of different locations all around the Jacksonville area to serve you.
Eagles are plus 180 and the Chiefs are plus 240.
I tell you what.
And the Bills are plus 240.
Jaden Daniels was terrific the other night.
Oh, he looks good.
And that one throw he made when they got within 3 where he floated it down about 50 yards and dropped it in the – Lord, that was a
Yeah.
He's the epitome of ice in his veins.
Oh, man.
When stuff
he looks so calm. I'm pulling for them. He's easy to root for.
Yeah, he is.
And you go back to you think about how they got him. A couple things. I think about the Bears passing on him.
Mm-hmm.
I think about idiot Giants GM's 12-year-old son telling him trade up to get Jaden Daniels if you want to win a Super Bowl. Maybe they should hire that kid. Holy cow!
What did he go, 4th?
2nd.
Jaden was 2nd. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
He was 2nd. So the only team you can blame really is. And then there was,
I'll give Washington credit for getting him up to 2nd.
Yeah.
I mean, for identifying him as that good. I mean, I can't. These drafts come and go. I'm already focused on this year's. I don't remember who the top 5 or 6, but I'm sure there would have been other options.
Well, yeah. Drake,
even not non-quarterback options. I mean, they could have stuck with Sam Howell. And did you see the report that Ben Johnson? Yeah. Is that for real? Was that verified?
Caleb Williams went 1. Jaden Daniels went to Washington. New England took Drake May. Marvin Harrison went to Arizona. Joe Alt went to the Chargers. Next quarterback was Michael Penix at 8.
Yeah, there's no one.
Next quarterback at 10 was J.J. McCarthy. So 4 in the top 10 that year.
Isn't that
Bo Nix went 12th?
That's 5 in the top 10.
5 in the top 12.
No, 6 in the top 12, Vic. You got 1, you got 2, you got 3, you got 8, you got 10.
6 in the top 12.
5 in the 10.
Yeah.
Oof.
So we'll be watching closely with all these guys. They love Drake May in New England.
Yeah.
Chicago's It's fine with Caleb. He had a fine year.
Yeah, it was fine. Fine rookie year. But Daniels obviously has been the best.
Is a cut above.
And you know who else?
Now the question becomes with Jaden Daniels. Will he go the C.J. Stroud route?
Right. That sophomore slump?
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah,
right.
but here's the deal, guys, and y'all know this. Until he learns that, he got something C.J. Stroud ain't never going to have.
A running ability?
He can run for 180 one day if he needs to.
Yeah.
You look at the winners in yesterday's Super Bowl, yesterday's conference games, divisional games. Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts didn't combine to throw for 300 yards.
Nope.
They didn't combine to throw for 280.
Nope.
Stafford and Lamar each way out through him. That's not all about that anymore.
Yep.
And so Jaden Daniels is going to be able to kind of slump-proof himself with that. Like Stroud, I don't see Jaden Daniels coming back. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do because of that running ability. I think he's always going to have the defense on their toes rather than the other way around, whereas Stroud, you can more, plan to come at him without him being able to go ad lib on you.
Yeah. Yeah, he was.
It's what got Josh Allen to where he is, right? Josh Allen struggled mightily his first couple of years, but that ability to run kept the job for him because it led to wins. And
Washington, by the way, has won, I believe, 7 games in a row, if I'm not mistaken. It started after they lost to the Cowboys. They beat Tennessee. They beat New Orleans. They beat Philly. They beat Atlanta in overtime. They beat Dallas. They beat Tampa. All close games, man. And then they beat Detroit by 14. Impressive. He had a game against Atlanta. He ran for $127. That was his only 100-yard game this year. But he ran for a lot of yards. 88, 44, 39, 47, 82, 22, 50, 52, 35. Against Pittsburgh, he only ran for 3 times for 5 yards. 18, 74, 34, 66, 81, 127. Ran for 51 against Detroit the other night. So 350 total yards for Jaden Daniels. Really good player. And really can throw it. And just they lost one of their offensive linemen. He tore his ACL, so he'll be out. It'll be and
that hurts. Hey, that guy's become real good. That's a guy we thought about here at one point. I just know that name around draft time.
Yeah. So, but man, oh man, what a turnaround in Washington. I read that I don't have it in front of me, but I read in free agency what they did is they went and got a veteran at like each different position group. Weren't them necessarily the most sought after, but they're all guys who have contributed to the football team, and none stand out more to me than, and Quinn likes this guy, it's Personal Fowler.
Yeah, by the way,
playing.
A nod of a cap and our bad on Dan Quinn, who's a hell of a coach.
Dan Quinn,
he took the Falcons to the freaking Super Bowl, and now in the first year with Washington, he's got him winning. So
what happened was Dan Quinn, I think, gave up. Well, Dan Quinn's defense for Dallas gave up 48 points in his last game, Green Bay, and he still got hired. That's what I try to tell people about Ben Johnson or Aaron Glenn necessarily. Now, again, you don't know how it's going to work out, but yeah, like they brought in Austin Eckler. They just brought in veterans to help to kind
Bobby Wagner.
Yes, yeah, Bobby Wagner is a great pickup.
They had a decent D line. Don't forget they traded away their ends. I mean, these teams rebuild defensive lines a lot faster than us. The Rams rebuilt the defensive line in 2 years. It had 16 sacks the last 2 years, and we still can't put the pieces together.
As a guy rooting for the Lions, the one play that really bothered me, and it may have contributed, I think it's fair to say it possibly contributed, was that Frankie Louvu's cheap shot on Goff.
Yeah.
That didn't even get flagged.
Yeah.
And obviously,
I can't believe it wasn't flagged.
Obviously, he had to go
upstairs.
But obviously, he had to go in the injury tent. Obviously, he was checked out for a concussion, and he wasn't. He didn't have a good night. Did that contribute to it? I don't know, but I hate seeing that, man.
You know what? Here's if I'm a Detroit fan and we're picking apart, and they're picking apart Dan Campbell and all of them today. They're mad. They're furious. They got the rug ripped right out from under them. You won all these now meaningless games, and when pressure comes, the kneecap biters are nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
What they should have done though, and it just. If they had given Jahmyr Gibbs the ball 35 times, that cat would have run for 400 yards.
Couldn't stop him.
Why did Montgomery play?
Yeah.
Stop it with this feel-good stuff. I guess that's part of the tears in the postgame because everybody, how hard it is. Sorry, David. I'm sorry. We're going to let you sit for a couple of weeks and you're healthy in the Super Bowl. Because this guy, every time he touches the ball, he's going 20 yards.
Oh my goodness, he's so good. He's so good.
I'm not looking in front of me what his stats were, but Detroit you could say the same thing about Baltimore and Henry. They got him going in the second half and then went away from him, but Detroit had that. Now, let me remember correctly. All the games are mismatched in my head. But the Lions had a
Gibbs was 14 for 105.
And catches.
He had 6 for 70.
Yeah. I mean, so what was the number of carries?
14.
That's not enough touches, man.
Yeah.
How many times did Goff throw it?
40.
Yeah, 40 throws from a guy who's not playing well versus 14 carries for a guy who's unstoppable.
Yeah, understand, back to the running, Henry and the Ravens are 11-0. When he runs for 85, he had 84.
But listen, there's also this, and this speaks to the turnovers, and we'll wrap up.
They had 5 turnovers.
But there's all, the 5 and the 3 are big numbers, but there's always one that's biggest. And the Lions are up 7-0, driving.
Yeah.
They're right there on the 15-yard line. They're going to go up.
Fumbles for the first
They're
time.
going to go up 2 touchdowns. Yeah. And they turned it over. And
7-3.
Was 7-3.
And it was a 3rd and 1.
Right.
Goff hadn't lost a fumble the whole year.
Gibbs, hello. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
This is the coordinator we want to hire. We'd be killing that today. 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1, Hick. Why we've said this about our coordinators. Press Taylor, why are we throwing 3rd and 1?
Because
why are we rolling out 3rd and 1?
In any game, nobody ever calls a perfect game.
Yeah, for sure.
Ever.
No, I got you.
There's always going to be a play that you look, especially if you lose. If you lose, you're always going to go back to something and go.
If I were the Lions, I would transition off of Montgomery, and Jahmyr Gibbs would get
feature
30 carries. Yeah. Right, he'd be my Saquon Barkley. He's not coming out of the game.
The only thing about Jahmyr is he's not the biggest guy.
I know he's not, but man, he's doggone, he's good. The postseason I was talking about, Eric Dickerson in the 1985 postseason divisional round. Rams at Dallas, 248 yards and 2 scores. Then he got shut down the next week against that vaunted Bears defense. That was the Bears defense that set records, and Chicago won the Super Bowl, 17 for 46 against that defense.
All right.
Something tells me that the Commanders aren't going to 17 for 46 Saquon Barkley this week.
641-1010, come kind, come courteous, come correct. You tell them what they're going to win one more time.
Courtesy of Explore, Clay, I'm going to hook you up with 2 tickets to the Neil Diamond Experience. That's going down at the Thrasher Horn. Plus, I got a $100 gift card to Pandora. Holla at your boy right now, 904-641-1010.
1010XL is here. 1010 AM. 1010XL is there. 92.5 FM. 1010XL is everywhere. 1010XL is where you want to be.
Hey, Hicken here for Bow 9 Associates. You'll find Jacksonville's most esteemed eye doctors at each of their locations. After being selected for one of the most competitive ophthalmology fellowships in the world, Dr. Frank Bowden, frequently called upon for his expert opinion. Currently one of the few cornea and external disease specialists in the area, and the founder of Bow 9. Visit Bow 9 Associates today and experience the difference of keeping the First Coast focused. That's Bow 9 Associates.
Why buy from Hodges Mazda at the Avenues? Because they strive to ensure a satisfying and comfortable car buying experience. And now they're giving back. Lauren Brooks here. Hodges Mazda wants to say thank you to all educators, first responders, and healthcare providers by offering a complimentary oil change and car wash. Simply call them today or schedule online at HodgesMazda.com. This is part of the Hodges Mazda difference. Come experience for yourself. HodgesMazda.com. Free oil change not to exceed $79.99. Excludes diesel vehicles. Expires January 31st, 2025. See dealer for complete details.
When you need a mechanic you can trust, call Sam, Harry, or Joe at AA Automotive on Richard Street. From oil changes to complex engine repairs, AA Automotive promises expert service and honest pricing from a local family biz. AA Automotive on Richard Street.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Hey, Hicken here, or just call me Dreamfinders Danny. For a limited time to ring in the new year, Dreamfinders Homes is offering an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now's your chance to lock down that rate and get in the game. You heard me right. It's 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beechurst here, second-generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beatrice Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beatrice Plumbing, here to help.
Jacksonville. When AEW returns home, it is the biggest party in all of professional wrestling.
Daily's Place, the home of AEW.
And on Saturday, January 25th, Collision returns live. It's a new year and a whole new era in AEW, and there's no better time to experience the excitement than right now. AEW Collision Homecoming, live from Daily's Place in Jacksonville, Florida. Tickets on sale now, starting at $20 at AEWTIX.com.
Grinding out good grades can be just as challenging as winning games. That's why 1010XL salutes the Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists and the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234. Wednesdays on The Frangie Show.
Arrested? Got traffic tickets? DUI? License problems? Gun charges? Drug charges? If you've been charged with any crime, call me, criminal defense attorney Malcolm Anthony, at 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW.
The big game is almost here, and Sonny's Barbecue wants you to win a barbecue feast. Text Sonny's to the text line, brought to you by Lifetime Flooring, at 641-1010 for your chance to win. 641-1010.
Don't go through another year with all that high-interest debt. Let Loan Pronto wipe it all out now. Hey, it's Prosser here, and Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan makes it easy to pay off all your credit cards or tackle that 2025 home improvement project. Get cash in your pocket fast. No appraisals, no paperwork, no waiting. Loan Pronto's AI-driven tech gets you approved and funded in as little as 1 day. One client got $150,000 approved in under 24 hours, paid off all their credit cards, 2 cars, and personal loans, saving over $1,500 per month. With low fixed rates and lightning fast transfers, you can do it too. Consolidate debt, improve your home, take control of your finances. Imagine being credit card debt-free by this time next week. You can. Don't wait. Call Loan Pronto now, 904-999-1508, or visit loanpronto.com. Get your free quote now with no hard credit pull at 904-999-1508. Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
David Lane here, and once again, I'm happy to share news of my success with back and knee surgeries at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Whatever it is that's bothering you, take it from me. Simply set an appointment today at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists and let them help you get back to normal life. I'm certainly glad I did.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Tailgate special alert. 3 pounds of marinated chicken, 2 pounds of marinated steak tips, 2 pounds of fresh ground beef, and 2 pounds of homemade sausage for only $80 to feed your crew.
For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I'm open to learning, E. I'm not against it.
Okay.
I'm 61 years old, but every now and then I like to learn something.
Okay, I like that. Teachable.
I learned a term this weekend I didn't like.
Oh, okay. What'd you learn?
But I have to run with it.
Side note, did you see your boy Jello perform this weekend?
Yeah, that's why the Lions lost.
That's what they're saying.
Where's Eminem?
Where's Kid Rock? Where's Eminem? Where's Big Sean?
Yeah, they brought out, what we call him?
Jello.
Jello?
Yeah. G3.
G3. Swerve. Is it the Swerve?
Oh, that's what he...
Swerve, whoa.
I might swerve, bend the corner, whoa.
Whoa.
What'd you learn, man?
I learned a term. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I think it's an excuse, and it's called, I'm going to ask each of you if you've ever heard of this term, golden birthday. You know what the golden birthday is?
So it's here. There's some now. We're going to make up a date that's more important than the other birthdays.
That's what I feel like.
Yeah. If it is the golden,
which means then you
50,
spend more money.
Right, it's like 50.
No, it's the day that you were born's birthday age. In other words, you're born on the 20th. You're 20. That's your golden birthday.
This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
That's what I said.
Yeah. What if you're born on the 1st or the 2nd, or in my case, the 3rd?
Yeah.
Right. Just check. You know what I got for my 3rd birthday?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, I was born on the 12th.
That's what I got. Because
what day is you?
Yeah.
The 5th.
Yeah, it's too late. Yeah.
No golden birthdays around here.
Again,
but apparently
that's got to be a Twitter, TikTok something. This is not real life.
TikTok was down for it, man. The world.
Were they?
Oh my goodness, the world was in shambles.
Not me.
You know who saved TikTok, don't you?
Yeah,
Trump.
He did.
He did.
We'll talk about that later. But he did.
Trump
He did. He saved TikTok. So anyway, shout out to the boy King who turns 20, but apparently it's his golden birthday, which is sort of code for let's spend more money. Is kind of what I learned. So I wasn't a big fan of the golden birthday. Golden.
That's silly. No one is celebrating
He's having his golden birthday.
Yeah, that's not happening.
20 for 20.
Yeah, that's silly. Abject silliness.
That's what I had. That's what I had this weekend. The great thing is it's no longer Brooks-a-Palooza, though, because he's 20.
Yeah, I dubbed that way back in the day.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Boy King. I named him the Boy King at age 2 when they started, for the 3rd birthday. They had, clowns and princes from
goats.
Yeah, a genie in a bottle. I mean, the whole thing.
Yes.
It was fantastic. The No Kidding Football Award goes to the playoff committee.
Playoff committee?
Yeah.
Okay.
The college football playoff committee said, we're going to think about some tweaks next year. Really, you think, geniuses? Since you got the 7 and 8 seed playing, you know what we also aren't trumpeting here, you elite group of nincompoops?
Oh, dear.
This is how good you've been in picking the 4 all these years.
Okay.
We got 2 teams, neither of whom would have qualified if there were any other year.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, it would have been debatable.
Well, then we're also speaking.
I mean, Notre Dame might have got in.
Well,
Ohio State would have got in based on the loss to Michigan because they would have 2 losses.
I get it, but it speaks to your integrity that you don't have them ranked that way. If you really think that Ohio State or Notre Dame was in the 4, they should have been the 5 seed, not the 7.
I will say this. Shout out and kudos to those 2 programs. Notre Dame beat Indiana, Georgia, and Penn State to get there.
Mm-hmm.
And Ohio State, after being dead in the water, losing to Michigan.
Tennessee, Oregon,
and Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, those are 3 big wins.
Well, again, not only, and this was the point we kind of made it last week, not only this further cements the case of the college football playoff committee's lack of judgment or integrity. It's one of the 2, because not only did these 2 teams who would not have been in your old system, they also beat the teams that would have kept them out in your old system.
And I will say this to Ohio State fan, if Ryan Day wins tonight, we go to 70-10.
Lifetime.
Shut the hell up.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to hear it again.
I would suggest even if they lose tonight. Huh? I mean, even if they lose tonight, your guy takes you to play for a natty, and he's won one before. He won one, right?
No, he hasn't.
Oh, he hasn't won.
I don't think so, right?
No, you're right. He didn't. Urban won the one. He's been there close. Well, he needs to win tonight because they're heavy favorites.
Yes.
And I don't want to bang on Notre Dame. I mean, this is awesome for Notre Dame, the season they're having to be back in the spotlight. But, since the days that we voted for the national champion, it's been tough sledding for Notre Dame to win one. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like back when they voted, they could win a whole bunch, and just get the writers all over the country. I mean, but at the end of the day, in their playoff appearances, and I won't count the BCS, I went and saw them play a BCS championship game against Alabama, and it was an embarrassment. That was Derrick Henry's Alabama team. 31-3 maybe, or 7. It was just such a dominant performance. Notre Dame got another chance in the playoffs, right, with Brian Kelly. Didn't they? What you said, it lost 31-3 to Clemson, maybe? Okay. So this is the first year that they've held up. And now it has chances to win a title. Now, granted, they've had playoff wins here, don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. But in first the BCS, which was the first time it wasn't just completely voted on. They voted to put them in the game. They got walloped. They got a playoff berth with Brian Kelly. They got walloped.
Mm-hmm.
And now this year they've won a couple of games, and they've beaten, especially the last 2 games, a couple of good teams. I don't understand why Ohio State's an 8.5-point favorite.
Yeah.
That seems too high for me.
I think that I read that Notre Dame has only 1 5-star. Again, 2 teams that were built differently. Notre Dame plugged in some holes in the portal, and obviously their quarterback being one of them, as did Ohio State. But Ohio State, in the end, really, I think they're more of a byproduct, and we talked about this last week, but I think they're more of a byproduct of great recruiting year in and year out. They're always in the top 5, right? Every year.
And they patch in, and they've got some momentum, and they've got guys with playoff experience. It all points in the favor of Ohio State.
Yeah.
And when I say guys, I mean staff, and there's probably still some lingering from a couple, 3 years back.
Sure.
So they've got a, and it is fair to point out, while they did spend money on some big-name players and to bring in, I mean, Caleb Downs is their best player on defense, and he was a bought player. The running backs, they bought both of those. The quarterback they bought. But other than that, these are mostly homegrown talent. And what they become at the receiver position, as they just continue to come down and pluck guys from the state of Florida. Shame on these 3 state of Florida football programs, Hick.
Yeah.
Shame on them. Down the line, over and over, year after year, these top talent from the states going off other places. You see them in the NFL, right?
Yeah.
Devontae Smith, isn't he a Florida kid?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're all over the place. I was looking at Florida. He's from here. He's from there.
Oh, yeah.
We don't get any of them.
No, it's been bad.
And that's not just Florida. It's Miami and FSU. I mean, look at these top flight receivers that come. Jamar Chase, another one from Florida, isn't he?
Jamar Chase from Florida?
No, he's Louisiana.
Who was the one that was from Florida that committed to Florida and then went LSU? But I guess he didn't.
Jamar Chase committed, but
no, I know. But I must have him confused with someone else.
Did you see? Never a dull minute with our guy AJ Brown. See what he pulled up in?
Yeah, and I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Good for him. AJ Brown pulled up to the game yesterday. You're getting the
bookmobile or something.
No, he's in a Honda.
A Honda Accord.
It's a Honda Accord.
Like a 20.
He should have
2014 Honda Accord.
You should have rode up one of those library bookmobiles.
You know who drove a Toyota Celica for a lot of years down here in the 90s? T-Brack.
Yeah.
Smart, man.
Yeah, T-Brack was smart. T-Brack lives on a big old ranch out in Texas, so he done smart. He did good. So, yeah, that's what they do. That's what they do.
It feels like Hurts isn't playing good enough as a passing quarterback for the Eagles to win it all. He missed guys yesterday. There was one play, it was a third down play, it was a slant. He threw it 4 yards behind. I think it was A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
He just, I mean.
He also had a nice 50-yard run.
No, he's a runner. I said as a passer. I don't know if, in
the end, though, Hurts and Josh Allen had the exact same stats.
I know.
It's kind of crazy.
I know.
So, exact same.
Yeah, I just.
As far as passing.
And I know it's not fair.
And Hurts ran for a lot more yards than Josh Allen. I'm worried about
I would venture a guess that A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith on the Bills and Keon Coleman and Khalil Shakir on the Eagles season would be over.
For sure.
And the Bills would be favored this year.
I'd be a little worried about, you said 2 words earlier, Kenny Pickett. I'd be a little worried about that, the way that dude's leg got bad.
That's what I mean.
He may be hurt this week. I don't know how,
I would joyfully root for Washington and to go and for Jaden Daniels to become the first rookie to quarterback a team to the Super Bowl. And what a finish. They were they were like flittering with not making the playoffs late in the year.
I enjoyed I tell you, I give, what's amazing about the Rams?
A lot.
Even though they're out. I'll tell you. So, Jared Verse got a lot of attention this week because he talked about how he hates the Eagle fans.
They put it on the billboards.
Hates the green, and then to his credit, he walked out pregame in a tank top and walked around and was waving to all the fans. And Jalen Carter went up to him. Did you see this?
Yep, I did.
Jalen Carter basically said, I'll take that $77K for the next round because that's what they make, so they know. And they kind of jawed a little bit, which was cool. But of the 4 Rams young defensive linemen this year, and Jared Verse was great yesterday, by the way. He backed it up. He was chasing Saquon all the way to the end zone. Did you see that?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But did you know this? That Jared Verse had the least amount of sacks of those 4 guys on the team this year?
No, I thought
he came on in the postseason.
I thought
Fisk had more, Turner had more, and Young all had. Jared Verse had like 4.5 sacks. The other 3 had, and Jared Verse he's going to be a great player. But man, that is a hell of a young defensive line. That's how you build a line, man. That's how you build a line.
Did you see Saquon?
Jags?
Did you see Saquon before when he looked at the Jalen Hurts before he scored that long run? He looked at him. There's a camera view. He looked at Jalen Hurts and said, "Watch this," and then he proceeded to take off for like 60.
Man. He had a 62 and a 78-yarder yesterday, and he did it against the Rams earlier.
Oh, only one other guy's done it, and you've never heard of him.
The one in the second one when the field was white with snow.
Yeah.
Man, there's a great shot with just the crowd noise. It reminded me a little bit of was it Dameon Pierce against Auburn when the swamp exploded?
It's Pirine, maybe.
Or Pirine. It was Pirine. And the swamp exploded. It was an awesome shot from down low of him running.
Mm-hmm.
And and the thing was, Saquon knew he was so gone. He's banging his head. He's so excited.
The energy.
Oh, man.
Is there a more likable person than Saquon?
Yeah.
Like, he's just a likable person in the NFL.
Yeah.
We start to cool on Mike Tomlin because you reach his ceiling. Are we going to get that point ever with John Harbaugh?
That's funny that you bring that up.
He's got 70. Let me just drop this in, and then your thought. 78 wins over the last 7 seasons. No team in NFL history has more wins over a 7-year span without a Super Bowl appearance than Baltimore, and in this case, Harbaugh.
Yeah, I would say yeah, because I was sitting there thinking last night he's
stale.
His
message. After all, his message.
But who knows? I mean, who knows?
And by the way, will the Bills be afraid of the monsters in the closet if they do beat Kansas City? But is Kansas City enough to alleviate any fear? But the Bills went to 4 Super Bowls in the past.
Yeah.
The opponents from those 4 Super Bowls: Cowboys twice, Redskins, and Giants. You know what division they all hail from? The NFC East. And you know who's representing the NFC in the Super Bowl this year? The NFC East.
Mm-hmm.
Either Washington or Philadelphia. That's all about Jalen Hurts and his health, I think. As to how
it will be interesting. But I'm on board with Buffalo.
Well, sure. They're easy to root for.
So.
It's easy to root for Washington. It's easy to root for if you don't have a dog in the fight, it's easy to root for the underdogs.
Yeah.
Especially if they got compelling storylines or personalities.
Mm-hmm.
And both these teams do. Both those quarterbacks are, fantastic in their own way.
All right, let's grab a break, head to the 8 o'clock hour. Got a lot to do today. It's a lot of football talk. Let's dive into the Jags. What's going to happen? Where are they going to go? Who are they going to hire? Why don't they name Ben Johnson the coach?
I can tell you why, because of something that I read this weekend that, call me cynical, feels like it came right from our GM's mouth.
Oh, dear.
That when we return.
All right.
Tensions build.
3rd and 12. Let's go.
Plot thickens.
We got to get off the field.
Crowds roar. Tune in and let the show begin. Your home for live play-by-play is 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Couldn't be any happier than to join the George Moore Chevrolet family. When I say family, I mean it. At least that's how we'd be treated when you visit the beautiful showroom off Atlantic Boulevard. You'll find out what I'm talking about. Man, they're so nice over there. No pressure. Just a lot of smiles and a lot of friendly help. I got my boy Blue, the Blue Silverado. But if you want a truck like me or a car, an SUV, an electric, a pre-owned, George Moore Chevrolet's got them all. If you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, don't worry. Go to morechevy.com. It's so easy to navigate. That's more with an E, by the way. Chevy.com. Easy to navigate as any site you can try. All the vehicle sales, service, and parts. Never been more easy to use. It's George Moore Chevrolet. Gang it together. Let's drive.
When the heat's on high or the chill is too much, who you gonna call? Cool Cats Heating and Cooling is locally owned and operated with a perfect touch. You'll keep your home just right, day or night. AC to heating, don't take a beating. Call the coolest cats in town. With a 5-star Google rating, they're your neighbors, ready to help. So get your paw of approval from Cool Cats Heating and Cooling, the coolest cats in town. CoolCatsJax.com.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
This is Hayes Carline here to help you break free from the chains of pest infestation. The talk of this town is Kingfish Pest Control. By now, many of your neighbors have already joined the Kingfish Revolution, leaving their homes and lawns protected and pest-free. Now it's your turn. Call Kingfish Pest Control and say goodbye to termites, ants, mosquitoes, and other annoying pests. Trust me, you'll get exceptional service and understand why your neighbors and I use Kingfish Pest Control, proud partner of the Jaguars.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hi, I'm Ashley. For 40 years, Dreams Come True has helped fulfill dreams for kids facing life-threatening illnesses, like our son, Rhett. And it all started with a dream that was fulfilled at the Players. Rhett, how many days until the Players?
50 days to go.
Go inside your home team's locker room with Jags beat reporter Hayes Carline.
Check out my blog at 1010XL.com
so you can catch all the news and nuggets you need to know.
My blog is brought to you by Roland Reach Plumbing,
where quality and experience count.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and when you head into a brand new year with a boat show coming up, you've got a lineup of Honda and Coach pontoon boats that you want people to know about.
We do. We've got them in stock. It might still be a little chilly, but it's never too soon to start thinking about your next boat. We are going to be at the boat show January 24 to 26. You can come see us there. If you can't make it to our showroom, come see us at the boat show.
All sorts of ideas and opportunities to enjoy fun on the water with Cycles of Jacksonville. You can log on and check them out, or head to the showroom and be at the boat show.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Instant Keys saves the day if you have lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call 722-1111.
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Hey, this is Bert Cannon with the First Coast YMCA. Youth sports at the Y can help nurture your future athlete's potential and experience the joy of being a kid. At the Y, we're providing a safe, clean, and fun environment with basketball, soccer, volleyball, gymnastics, elite skills training, and more. Best of all, participation in Legacy Youth Sports League is free with your family membership. Visit fcymca.org to learn all about youth sports at the Y.
Hi, this is Lisa the Botanista with a special invitation. Are you tired of scrolling through other people's boating adventures? Are you sick of liking your friends' posts out of jealousy when you see them on the water? Are you finally ready to cure the FOMO for Florida's greatest pastime, boating? Then I'd like to invite you to visit the Freedom Boat Club at the boat show and see what this boating made simple is all about. We handle the cleaning, maintenance, storage, and all the hassles of an entire fleet in Jacksonville, Jacksonville Beach, and St. Augustine. You join the club and use the boats whenever you want. You can also go boating at over 350 locations across the U.S., Canada, and Europe. From water sports and cruising to inshore and offshore fishing, we've got you covered. We even include unlimited one-on-one water training for every membership, so you gain the confidence you need at the helm to have fun. See us at the boat show this month to learn about boating made simple and receive a special discount on membership and start creating your own memories on the water. Visit us at freedomboatclub.com.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Lone Pronto. Fifth-ranked Florida Gators faced a setback but recovered on Saturday with a decisive win over the unranked Texas Longhorns. Head coach Todd Golden noted the team's improved performance in the paint.
We talked before the game to the team about winning the battle of the paint and winning the battle behind the three-point line.
The Dolphins had 3 players score in double figures to help lead the Jacksonville men's basketball team past Central Arkansas at home Saturday. It's the 5th straight win for JU, marking a 5-1 start in conference play. However, head coach Jordan Mincy is looking for growth.
Yeah, we won, but I felt like as a coach staff, we lost, just from the character standpoint. And I just told the guys that the encouraging thing is we always have growth.
In the East Coast Hockey League, the Jacksonville Icemen lost to the Reading Royals on Saturday. They will play against the Royals again today at noon. And that's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
At 8:06, it's 33 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Well, I don't know what will happen now.
All right, welcome back. MLK Day.
Saquon hit that mountaintop. You want to get sick to your stomach? Was Saquon Barkley a free agent?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did the Jaguars need a running back? No, right? They didn't really need one, right?
No.
Is it a problem if Gabe Davis makes more than Saquon Barkley? You spent more money on Gabe Davis than, I mean, if you're going to do that, forget the receiver. Let's just go get Saquon.
Yeah.
Look, this is a crazy example of hindsight, but the point is, Balky couldn't. He can't play a game of Clue, dude.
Right.
Enough of this nonsense. What are we doing? And by the way, I can't help but be cynical based on his past.
Mm-hmm.
You know, quite frankly.
Mm-hmm.
Anonymous NFL executive claims Liam Cohen had impressive interview with the Jags. This from our guy, Ship.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Ship. I'm going to come at you like a spider monkey.
Now, Ian Rappaport and Dan Graziano have indicated that Bucs offensive coordinator Liam Cohen is not a favorite to be the Jaguars coach following his interview last week. Rappaport suggested Cohen is not among the names to watch to land the Jags opening, while Graziano predicted Cohen will not be the Jaguars' next head coach. However, Ship talked to an NFL executive, anonymously, who says he would not be shocked if they went with Liam Cohen. Quote, Liam Cohen was nothing short of outstanding in his interview. His knowledge of the game, both offensively and defensively, was eye-opening, as well as his handles on the responsibilities and how he would lead a franchise. Nobody I spoke to in the organization was anything other than impressed, and I would think it would be safe to say him and Ben Johnson are 1A and 1B on their short list. Did Trent Baalke draft that and send it to someone? Who is privy to the interviews that go on inside the Jaguars? Because to my knowledge, it's Baalke and Shad and anyone else?
Maybe Tony Khan.
If we're getting the framework of the interview and how it went and what they were impressed with, who told anyone? You think Shad got on the phone?
No.
So this is what I'm talking about. This is my concern when we talked to Tony last week.
Well, and Boselli swears that he won't do that.
Well,
so.
I'm
going to stay. I've said it a million times, and it's funny because one of the things when you have a coaching search is everybody hears bits and pieces, right, of what people say, and you take what everybody, the insiders. One thing about the insiders, man.
And by the way, I don't think simply talk to Trent. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Trent talked to someone, and then that's what I would say.
Insiders,
if he did.
Insiders get all their information, generally speaking, from the agents, and you have to understand that every single interview is a home run. That's what they.
Yeah, but this one is he's not quoting an agent. He's being specific that this is a front office type.
But with all that said, I personally believe that the Jaguars, if they hire Ben Johnson, there'll be a restructuring of the front office. I've said that since day one. And I think that Ben Johnson's very much in play there. And I think in the end, there's going to be some sort of restructuring of the front office anyway. And I think there's an EVP still at play, or not necessarily. Maybe the title's not EVP. I don't know what it is. But I don't think it's going to stay the same going forward.
Maybe Tony can tell us tomorrow when he joins us for breakfast with Pacelli.
Tell us tomorrow. So I don't think that. Now, I will say this. There's also, and again, you just read bits and pieces. There's also this talk that Ben Johnson doesn't want to be the guy to sit there and say, hey, listen, I don't want to work with this guy. Okay? Well, we've heard that Shad Khan wants a, quote, coach-centric team. I want a guy who's willing to come in and say, this is what I want. I want this, 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 and this. Ben Johnson ought to be able to be a big enough point. Say, look, no offense, but if I'm going to come here, I'm going to have my pick of the general manager. I got to work side by side with the guy. I don't know this guy. Nothing personal. Doesn't have a great reputation. I want my own guy. That's the way I am. Otherwise, I'm not coming. It's that simple.
But if that message can be sent without me having to personally do it, I'm okay with that too.
Yeah.
Well, as long as you're getting that across.
It's a tough industry, man. You got to sit there and you got to, you got to be, listen, I know this for a fact. Coaches and general managers got to work symbiotically.
Oh, gosh, yeah, for sure.
Got to work together.
1,000,000%.
I don't think Doug and Trent's relationship was great, but I don't think it was as bad as you sort of felt like it could be.
It was good at times when they were winning, and when it started to go bad, it went bad. And that by last offseason, it was not a good situation down there.
I don't think it was untenable.
Not untenable, but not good.
Okay.
The blaming. There's blaming back and forth. There's public calling out.
Yeah.
When the GM publicly calls out the coach, because that's what he did.
Yeah. That's fair.
Then feelings get hurt, because I'm sure Peter's like, hey, hold on, buddy.
Yeah.
One of us here's got a Super Bowl.
Right.
The other one ran off a Super Bowl coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that, and I think there was a lot of that Balky's side felt Peterson told them they needed this, that, and the other, and they would go get this, that, and the other, and then Peterson and them wouldn't end up playing them, and their argument back will be, I needed this, that, and the other, but they need to be better than that, this, and that.
Right.
Which has been fair. You went and got your head coach a center who ended up being the worst center in the National Football League, costing us 2.5 years of growth as a line, as a team, with a quarterback.
It will be interesting to see which direction they go if Ben Johnson's not the guy. A lot of people keep saying Liam Cohn is the second choice. You referred to the one report. I don't know that. Would Aaron Glenn might be the second choice? How did Brian Flores do in his interview? Who knows? Does anybody know? They interviewed 10 guys. How many do you interview in the second round?
They better not be 10.
3 or 4. Should be 3 or 4. Should be able to make your decision, get it down to 3 or 4, and go from there, shouldn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, because
you should know before you start. You should have a good idea, just from league sources. Being in the league, you should have a good idea of the 2 or 3 that you want. And unless something happens with them, they're like, ooh, wait, no.
Yeah.
Then that should be. Now, you do others just in case there's something out there, but you run the risk of some guy overly impressing you who's not ready.
So, and again, Glenn and Johnson can be hired right now. And listen, clearly, the Raiders want Ben Johnson, right?
That's what it seems like. Yeah.
They fired their GM. They're interviewing the GM who reports are Ben Johnson wants. So to me, Ben Johnson can go. And then Chef Schnepter came out yesterday and said, okay, look, Ben Johnson's going to re-interview with 3 teams, the Bears, the Raiders, and the Jags, and make his decision. So the message has to be clear to Shad Khan from Ben Johnson, and Shad Khan has to make the message clear to Ben Johnson. This is what we're going to do. Because I do know this, and I'll say this again. Ben Johnson had Jacksonville at the top of his list going into this. That I can tell you.
Yeah, you know that for sure.
I know that for sure.
Because we know people that he had.
Ben Johnson had Jacksonville at the top of his list going in. If we don't get Ben Johnson, and again, Tony might be right about one thing. We have no idea what kind of coach Ben Johnson's going to be. We think he's going to be good.
For sure.
We're excited about it. I love his offense. I call him the maestro, the Picasso of play calling. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Except for maybe that one play. Which happens. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what direction it goes. We'll see. Vegas also reportedly, and again, this is just speculation and reading, is preparing a huge offer for Ben Johnson, financially speaking. A huge offer. So he can go with his buddy and have the confidence that he'll find a quarterback, or he can come here where there is some decent talent, and he feels like, not me, he feels like there's a quarterback here who can win. I certainly think Ben Johnson and his people, his coaches, can make Trevor Lawrence a better quarterback.
Well, all I know is this. The Lions, let's be crystal clear about one thing. The Lions, and there's zero part of the Lions' loss the other night had anything at all to do with the offensive game plan.
Right.
At all. They scored 31 with the team goofing up all over the place. He can't go out there and catch the ball. He can't go out there and keep Goff from, fumbling.
Yeah.
So he didn't lose any steam. It's Aaron Glenn who lost, if you're just going by the score.
Yeah.
And he will lose steam with some fans because of what
Aaron Glenn's going to get a job, though.
Sure he is.
Yeah.
I mean, I would look more on Aaron Glenn, what he's done over the course of 17, piecemealing that together.
Yeah. I was just looking at Jared Goff. His last 2 years in L.A., he threw 22 and 20 touchdowns. So he did have a 32 touchdown pass season in LA, but 22 and 20 at the age of 25 and 26. Then he went to Detroit and threw 19, and now he's gone 29, 30, and 37.
And that's the offense being put into play, and the addition of Amon-Ra St. Brown has come on. I mean,
His quarterback rating is shot up. He had a 111 this year, obviously. He had 97.9, 99.
But when it mattered most, he was terrible, and he choked the other night. He's the reason they lost. I mean, it just is. You got to put a reason. Lamar is why the Ravens lost. You know, you can't turn that ball over. He would tell you that. I don't know what Jared Goff would tell you. I don't know if he's thinking straight after a personal foul that wasn't called.
You may say Lamar, I may say Andrews, but
I hear you.
Regardless, yeah.
Either way,
yeah.
They had equal, mess ups.
Yeah.
I'm not. And again, you'd rather be tied. Do not get me wrong.
Here's the thing.
I think they lose anyway, even if he catches the two. That one to me wasn't as big as the fumble.
Well,
to me.
Yes, maybe.
Here's why.
Yeah.
The Ravens, were they not trying to stop the Bills when they got the ball? They had they weren't trying to stop the Bills.
Yeah.
Because they get the ball back, and what did the Bills do?
Yeah, but
drove it right to the 30 of Baltimore.
Yeah.
So, field goal win.
Yeah, but they did not throw for a lot of yards, so there was, minute 30, you got to go 40 yards.
Yeah, for sure. I
don't know, but we'll never know.
Yeah. That was at least a big part of the outcome.
It's funny?
Yeah.
If you're a Bills fan, how nervous were you on that onside kick?
Oh, because
if they get the onside kick, they're going to kick a field goal and win by 8 points.
Sure.
And you're not going to get the ball back.
Well,
and they had Justin Tucker.
Yeah. And by the way, it was so icy and slippery. We saw that all weekend.
That was a great play by Douglas.
Yeah.
Because that ball, and it was a really good kick. It just didn't take that one little wiggle bounce at the end. It just bounced right to him,
Needed one more little bounce.
Oh, man.
Right. It bounced right into his belly.
Yeah.
Right into the basket.
Yeah. All right, we'll take a break. We'll keep it going. It's 8:18. Good morning, Jacksonville. This is The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
You don't want to do that. Oh, but I do. Where fun and games are serious business. What are you prepared to do?
He's crazy. We got to stop him.
1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hey, Hicken here with a message from our friends at Zero Res. Man, we love rugs. We'll treat your fine Oriental rugs with the tender love and care they deserve. How about Gerard, our Zero Rug cleaning manager? He's one of the few certified master rug cleaners in the whole Sunshine State of Florida. If you want your rugs clean with tender love and care, call Zero Res. Right now, you get one rug wash, we'll wash the second for free. Yeah, that's right. The second one, buy one, the second's on me. Zero Res, man. You spell it forward, Zero Res. You spell it backwards. It's the right way to clean.
After consulting with several orthopedic specialists about my constant knee pain, I chose Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and Dr. Chris Swanson to handle my surgery. Their professionalism let me know this team was the one for me. The surgery was very successful, and if I ever have a future need, I'll continue to trust Southeast Orthopedic Specialist to take care of me.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
New year, new beginnings, and a new roof. Start 2025 with peace of mind and take advantage of Universal Roof and Contracting's limited time offer. 15% off all roof repairs and replacements. From leaks to full replacements, call 855-ROOF-HELP or visit universalroof.com to schedule your free roof inspection today. This special New Year deal ends January 31st. Universal Roof and Contracting, protecting your home and building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year, and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost for the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org, and you can apply there.
Apply by May 15th.
Give us your hot take.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
On the 1010XL text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm awake and I speak English, so yeah, I do know what you're saying.
Be part of the conversation. 641-1010.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
Hey, sports fans, it's Hayes Carline from MyBookie. It's win now or go home. The NFL playoffs are the ticket to the biggest game of the year, and all roads lead to New Orleans. The NCAA playoffs will set the stage, but this is your chance to get in on every high-stakes moment along the way. Your road to New Orleans starts now with MyBookie. MyBookie is the ultimate destination for bettors who want more. Whether you're backing the underdogs or riding with the favorites, every drive, every touchdown, every moment is an opportunity to win big. Kick off your 2025 right with risk-free Thursdays. Place a bet. If it doesn't hit, MyBookie has your back. Dive into the Bet Boost tab to supercharge your picks and build that bankroll before the big game. The action doesn't stop. MyBookie's online casino keeps the excitement going 24/7. If you haven't joined yet, now's the time. Use promo code 1010XL on your first deposit, and MyBookie will hook you up with an instant bonus because you deserve to start strong.
AC replacement? If your AC unit is ready to go kaput, then it's time to call Florida Home AC. With over $3,000 in tax credits waiting for you on select systems, take advantage of it. Call 777-4300. Get Florida Home AC to cool you off.
You waited forever for your new fence. Then strangers show up. Subcontractors rushing the job. Sent by the company you trusted. Frustrating, right? Superior Fence and Rail promises better. Their professionally trained builders deliver quality you can trust. No subcontractors, no shortcuts. Just the superior craftsmanship your home deserves.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, superiorfenceandrail.com.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, another great guest on the Garber Auto Mall phone line.
Hello.
We can wiggle it. Now, Dan and Jeff hand it off to our halfback.
Fred Taylor, every time he touches it, he's a candidate to go the distance.
Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein & Robbins DUI defense firm and Monahan Jewelers on 1010XL.
Let's talk to the man, the legend. Efforting.
Oh,
okay.
Super Bowl takes on another meeting for the Hall of Fame finalists. Now we get caught up in the football here, but it's a very important next couple 3 weeks for all those. And in this case, obviously, includes our guy Freddie T. Saquon gets going. He reminds me of Freddie a little bit.
Yeah,
Fred's a little bigger than Saquon, didn't he?
Yeah.
Kind of reminds that speed, that rare combo, the power to get through and the speed to get outside. Like they had angles on him. I saw him throw up those analytics that like one of those long touchdown runs, he only had like a 12% chance to make it 10 yards.
Right.
But he just had that burst, right? And he was just he is on some kind of roll, man. He's on some kind of roll, and those running backs get going like that, and that offensive line is producing for him. Play a little keep away from Jaden Daniels and that Commanders offense. Man, you know who I was thinking watching the other day? This guy's had a nice bounce back, and it took him 3 years to really come back from a bad knee injury. That's Zach Ertz.
Yeah.
If Mark Andrews had Zach Ertz's hands, then maybe the Ravens would have won the game yesterday. So Zach Ertz at one point was a 100-catch tight end for Doug Peterson, was an all-pro.
Yeah.
And he tore that knee up, and he went we banged the drum for Zach Ertz here through the years a couple times when he was a free agent coming off of injury. He went to, I think, maybe the Cardinals.
All right.
For a year or so, but now with Washington, and he's healthy, and he's a nice safety valve for them, isn't he?
You know, the Ravens lost the game and dominated the scoreboard. We were talking about this earlier. Like all these teams outgained. All the teams that lost outgained the teams that won. But the Ravens, the first team in NFL history to rush for 175. If I told you, Baltimore, you're going to run for 175 plus, you're going to complete 70% of your passes, you're going to average 10 yards per pass, you're going to convert on third downs 70%, Pros, and you're going to have no punts or missed field goals and lose, there's no chance. It's the first team that's ever happened to.
What were all those stats?
They ran for 175 plus, which is always a formula for success.
Okay.
You complete 70% of your passes.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
10 yards per pass, you average 10 yards plus per pass. Third downs, 70% conversion rate.
Okay.
That's terrific. No punts or missed field goals.
Can I tack on one more?
3 turnovers.
No. Before you get to that, let me give you one more.
Yeah.
You're going to do all that, and Josh Allen's going to throw for 127 yards, no touchdowns.
Yes. God.
I mean, look at you want to know how the league has changed when it comes to success? What is it, Brian? Is this Bob Greasy quarterbacking these teams?
I'm telling you.
I mean, Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen didn't combine for the passing yards of Lamar Jackson yesterday. Make that make sense.
Well, we're going to ask Frederick Antoine Taylor to make sense of it for us.
You getting all official this morning.
Full government.
All formal, isn't it?
Frederick Antoine Taylor, who, by the way, 1 week from today, Frederick Antoine Taylor will turn, I think if I'm correct here, 49 years of age. Is that correct?
Oh, man, just everything.
Yeah,
man. That's on my side.
Yeah.
Are you 49 already, Fred?
He's got to be.
Dang.
You know, no, I'm not 49 yet, but I wake up to do an amazing radio show, and
that's what you get?
I got my full government across the airwaves.
Next thing you're going to give your social security number.
Here's his address if you'd like to go see Fred.
You know what? Thankfully, I've always operated on the right side of the law.
Yeah,
I've always been right by people.
Yes, sir.
I'm not hiding from anyone, so it's all good.
All right,
We're 49 is next week.
You got one here with a 5 in front. You got another there with a 6 in front. Oof. So, hey, you're still the young cat here among us. I'm tired of the Jags coaching search. It is what it is. You made your thoughts well known on Aaron Glenn and some of the other candidates, and we'll see how it shakes out. I think we're all in agreement. Let's get the best leader of men who can put together a consistent effort around here. So let's talk about the playoffs yesterday. And Fred, in a weird way yesterday, the concern with Lamar from general fan is that his passing is not developed enough that if he ever gets behind in the playoffs, playoff Lamar, quote unquote, he's going to have a hard time. And somehow, ironically, in a loss yesterday, I feel better than ever about Lamar winning a Super Bowl at some point of his career. The passing was certainly not an issue at all. But just give me your take on that game yesterday. Guys, what a monster game. And both quarterbacks did what they do to keep their teams as good as they are. And just unfortunately, the Ravens turned the ball over.
Yeah, you know what? I actually went back to 1999 and looked at an AFC championship game.
Okay.
And we dominated. Mark had way more passing yards than Steve McNair. We were 33 yards behind the Titans in rushing, but our yards per carry was much greater. We had time of possession. I think they had it by a minute. The determining factor in playoff games is this: turnovers.
Yep.
You cannot turn the ball over in a playoff game. The Ravens put themselves in position to at least be competitive or have a continuation of the game. Mark Andrews didn't execute when he dropped a 2-point conversion there. Even despite how poor, I can say it, Lamar played because of the turnovers.
Right.
You know, even Mark Andrews, the biggest turnover there, when they had the momentum, they were running the ball well, and the Bills were on their heels, man. And, you know, you can't turn the ball over and water down your effort and making a comeback. So, and that's just been across the board with these playoff games. If you look at every playoff game, or regular season game versus playoff game, then we can look at a turnover in a regular season game and say, okay, that sort of killed it, but it amplifies even more in the playoffs, because that's the you know how you can eat certain things and have this disgusting or this lasting taste in your mouth, like, man, I ain't eating that again. This is what happens in the playoffs. You know, we're going to see Mark Andrews, and they're going to run these highlights forever.
Oh.
and it's unfortunate for him, and I feel bad for him, but that's part of the game.
Only the second fumble of his career. He hadn't fumbled since 2019, and you hit it, Fred. The fumble was a lot more damaging than the two-point conversion. I know the two-pointer would have, you know, tied it at that moment, but the Bills still got a minute 30 and Josh Allen. So, you know, by no means does that mean they would have won the game. But that fumble, like, to set the scene, the Bills had held the Bills to the field goals 24-19. You know, they had moved the ball, got a couple of first downs. They hit Andrews down to the Buffalo 44, and, you know, again, very, very untimely fumble.
Fred had 19 for 110 in that AFC Championship game, looking back at it.
I just kept saying, feed me, baby.
They should have.
Keep feeding me.
They should have.
But, yeah, that's neither here nor there. That's, you know, spilled milk already, right?
Oh, yeah.
But, man, like, I do have moments where I say, you know what? I remember, you know, not, like, as sharp as my memory possibly should be, but I do remember that day saying, you know, I wish we had run the ball a little bit more coming out of that, coming out of halftime.
Mm-hmm.
But decisions are made, and you live with it, just like these games, man. Lamar Jackson is an amazing, he's an amazing, above amazing regular season quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Until Lamar wins in the playoffs, wins big in the playoffs, he's just going to be that.
You know who
you can win all these. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, you know, I brought these stats out earlier, and I saw them, and very much like Peyton Manning. He's 3-5 in the playoffs. Peyton Manning at one point was 3-5 in the playoffs. Peyton Manning didn't win a Super Bowl till his 9th year. In fact, Peyton Manning in his 8th year lost another playoff game, went to 3-6, and then he won his 4 games and won the Super Bowl. I agree with Jeff. I think it's a matter. I think Lamar has gotten so much better as a quarterback and as a passer that it's more of a matter of time. But you're right. You can't. That was a tough task yesterday. And Baltimore, you know, Kansas City has the formula, man. I watch Kansas City every week, Freddie, and I sit there and I go, gosh, they're not that good. And then I look up at the end of the game and they've won.
By 10 often.
Yeah.
I do think, and I don't want to sound like this whining fan.
Yeah.
But there's a discrepancy in how a lot of these games are called.
No doubt. 100%.
Especially at the quarterback position.
Mm-hmm. We
understand that. You watching basketball back in the day, Michael Jordan got a lot of touchy-feely, like, easy calls.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a lot more physical back then, but he got more calls than the average guy.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes get more calls.
He does.
Than the average guy. There's a point where you watch the Ravens game, and Lamar Jackson, yes, he's a runner. I get it. The runner
tackled out of bounds
a couple times.
Yeah.
This guy got mauled out out of bounds.
Well, how about the hit? How about the hit on Goff?
Give him a call. You got to call the right. Yeah, that was a phantom. What was that? The phantom face mask call?
Oh yeah,
they had a couple or three in that. I will say this when it comes to Houston. This is the other side of that. We're not that kind of team. We're not a dirty team. America, you know, you're suspended 3 days. I think there's that implication. I wonder if that at least subconsciously filtered in. But I think it's more like y'all said. It's more like pro Mahomes, pro Chiefs. It's easy
listen to this though,
it's easy
guys.
to be cynical.
Fred, when New England went to Kansas City a few years back with Tom Brady, he got some calls that day, if I remember correctly.
I don't specifically, but doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, so
that checks out.
Yeah, and these officials, they watch film. They have notes on who's the dirty guy and what potentially to look at.
Right.
But when you get to a point where you have one of the best quarterbacks that ever played a game, he has to go to an extreme and flop.
Yeah, that was weak.
Going out of bounds.
Yeah, weak.
To try and draw
that dancing around, ring around
the where we are, right? It's pretty bad.
But when that little dance around where then he just hit the ground and the two Texans ran into each other, and so of course they called a penalty on him. That one was, I thought that was weak sauce as well. I want to go to one more game here quick, Fred. We talked about run the ball more. Is that what Ben Johnson and Dan Campbell and the Lions are saying today? I mean, I got Jared Goff throwing it 44 times. I got Jahmyr Gibbs getting 14 totes. I mean, Gibbs looks like a guy right now, the way he's running, that he'll run for as many yards as you'll give him the ball.
You know, and that's a perfect point. And they were only down by, I think, at the most 10.
Yeah.
So it didn't seem as if you needed to pass it that much. But this has been, you know, their formula minus the 3 Jared Goff interceptions. The Commanders played amazing coverage defense, and all of the deep balls, all of the balls over the middle when the Lions were in the red zone, you know, they pretty much took those plays away, and they made big plays. And that Commanders team, you know, you just have to give them all the credit in the world for going in there to beat the number 1 seed in the fashion they beat them in. And you mentioned Aaron Glenn. Yes, I do love what AG stands for as a competitor, as a, you know, try and be a leader of men, how he tries to get the most out of the guys. You don't want to see a defensive coordinator ever give up 45 points, especially in the middle of a coaching search or an opportunity. And I hope that doesn't affect his prospects. But, man, giving up 45 points, especially in a playoff game, that's a ton of points. That's enough points to make you retire. Going back to 99 playoffs.
Here's something that should make you feel good about Aaron Glenn. Dan Quinn gave up 48 against Green Bay in his last game in Dallas as a defense coordinator. Washington still hired him. So I don't think – and that Detroit defense was so beat up. We looked at their 2 deep, Fred. There was 22 guys. I think it was like 13 or 14 of them weren't playing by the second half of that game. It's just incredible. So
yeah, no, I mean, even that, you know, and we look at the injuries, and yes, that does stand out. But what stands out more for me are the 3 interceptions by Goff.
Yeah.
You know, one was a pick six. And then you have one was a pick six. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then they're 3 for 6 in the red zone. That's a no-no.
Yeah.
You can't. You're not going to win that way with the turnovers and then the red zones. They have 200 yards rushing.
Yeah, they got a little
cute.
cute.
About rushing. How much more rushing do we need? So I think it really came down to the turnovers again in that particular matchup. So I mean, some great games this weekend. The Chiefs always find a way to pull it out. Their championship quality, and that's what championship teams do. There's going to be a good set of championship games this weekend coming up, and I'm looking forward to them all.
Should be fun. Always great to catch up with you, my man. Appreciate your time, as always.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good one.
All right, there he goes. Next week, it's Fred Taylor's birthday when we have him on the show.
Nice, and we'll be just 1 week closer to any Hall of Fame news.
That's right. This is The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
This is 1010XL.
Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Home of the Jaguars.
These are interesting economic times. That's why it's so important to have someone you can count on. That's ITP Partners. Jacksonville folks taking care of our Jacksonville money. Experience? You best believe you want to give your hard-earned money to folks you trust. Jeff Hartman, Chris Bryan, Dan Abel, Reed Wingate, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reagan Wright have the expertise and knowledge to help clients in their financial lives, focusing on investment management, financial planning, and risk management. ITP Partners. Financial partners for life. Securities offered through American Portfolios Financial Services, Inc. Member FINRA SIPC.
Playoff time, and it's now or never. Don't miss out on the last few weeks of playoff action with Prize Picks, the best place to win cash while watching the postseason. 10 million members can't be wrong. Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. App is so easy to use. Pick 2 or more players across any sport. More or less on their projection. You can win up to 1,000 times your money. Prize Picks also offers MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your account this sports season, but you won't need it because you're gaining money all the time. Here's what you do. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code JAX. You get $50 instantly when you play 5. That's code JAX on Prize Picks. $50 instantly when you play 5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, man. Run your game. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
This is Hayes Carlion for Physician Guided Weight Loss. I need help losing weight. I'm older and I don't have the discipline needed. Luckily, I discovered Physician Guided Weight Loss. Their amazing technology, fast setup, friendly staff, and proven results sold me. They can help you too, and it's affordable with firm pricing, so no rising costs as you go. If you're like me and looking to kick off the new year with a leaner body, call Physician Guided Weight Loss at 257-4344. That's 257-4344.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
If your ride is making strange noises, don't wait and make it worse. Come to Action Transmission on Merrill Road. My expert technicians can diagnose the problem and likely fix it fast. Experience the difference at Action Transmission on Merrill Road.
Hicken here with a message from Zero Res. Did you have people over for the holidays? Kids everywhere, dirt everywhere, all over the carpets, the rugs, the sofas, and chairs? Did the kitchen towel take a beating? Sounds like it's time to call my guys over at Zero Res. The Zero Res techs will get the house looking great again. Folks, if you need help cleaning up after the holiday, give Zero Res a call. Right now, 25% off carpet cleaning, 25% off upholstery cleaning. Zero Res, spell it forwards. Zero Res, spell it backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res. Huddle up this season at Hurricane Grill and Wings, where every day is game day. Serving up the flavors you crave, from refreshing new cocktails to famous wings. Always better with Pepsi. Find 6 Jacksonville locations at hurricanewings.com.
When you're a little kid on the playground, they tell you don't hit back. Well, the courtroom isn't a playground. And if you've suffered an injury or death in your family, I'm here to tell you it's okay to hit back and fight to make them pay. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we understand all the pain and emotion that comes with being wrong. And we've dedicated our lives to making things right for people like you. So if you get hit back with Hastings Injury Law. Offices, Jacksonville.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beachurst here, second generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beachurst Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do and plumbing is what we're great at. Beachurst Plumbing, here to help.
Start your Sunday off with a cup of Joe and some sports medicine intel. This is Joe C. inviting you to join me and Dr. George Bari for Breaking Bones every Sunday morning at 7:30. And if you miss an episode, just look for Breaking Bones wherever you listen to podcasts.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. By now, everyone has heard about saving money on their energy bills. There are all sorts of things you can do to cut energy costs, but most people don't think about their windows.
But Window World knows that the biggest energy loss in almost every home is the windows. There is more energy loss from old builder-grade windows than just about anything else in your home.
You can upgrade your heating and air, your appliances. That's good too. But before you do all that, upgrade your windows to Window World's energy-efficient windows.
Window World's windows are easy to clean, energy efficient, and have the best guarantee in the business.
Window World's slogan is simply the best for less, and we mean it. You get great American-made windows, and you get to keep more of your money when you buy from Window World. Need any more reasons to buy your windows from Window World? Call them today and set up your free in-home estimate, or go online to windowworldneflorida.com.
Window World, simply the best for less.
Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
You know how we nitpick games, especially in the postseason? I'll nitpick one play call that I thought was stupid for Baltimore by Monken, who, is also a candidate for head coaching jobs. Baltimore runs right down Buffalo's throat in the second half. I mean, they can't stop Derrick Henry and the other kid. They're just running it right down their throat. Take it all the way in for a touchdown. I think they ran for like 85 of the 88 yards.
Whatever. That third quarter drive?
Yes. It's 21-19. By the way, and again, I don't think you necessarily have to go for two there. And if you hadn't, then if you scored again, you would have been kicking the PAT to tie it instead of going for the 2-point again. But analytics.
But
that's neither here nor there. My point is this. It's 21-19. The ball is on the 2-yard line. I am running it right to Henry again. I don't care. I'm running Derrick Henry. He hadn't gotten stopped at the goal line yet. They decided to fake, throw it, and it got tipped and incomplete, and that made it 21-19. Ultimately, that helped a great deal in them winning the game. I didn't understand it. You got a hot hand here. Just give it to Henry. Let him score. But
I'll give you another one.
Here nor there.
Listen, they always come out when it doesn't work.
Correct.
But having a receiver run a reverse and throw the ball 30 yards downfield.
Oh, yeah, that was
for Detroit.
Yeah, it was not a good.
That seemed gimmicky. It's just the playoffs here. We're not week 4. Let's all have fun.
Live by the trick, play, die by the trick.
I guess it just didn't seem necessary. And again, I will be the first to admit it seems a lot more unnecessary when it fails.
Right.
But, that's one that I wouldn't be all, super psyched about as a coaching candidate.
Yeah. So, anyway, it was a great weekend. And tonight we got a national championship game. And so this is our last really big. Now we got conference championships next week, but we're transitioning out of football now as we finish up the season. But you won't have a better, full pack than what you had Saturday, Sunday, and then tonight.
Correct.
As far as big games.
I would change the scheduling around a little bit, but other than that, let's go. I don't know why. It just doesn't make sense to me why TV people think weekday games are a better spot than weekend games. I'll never understand it.
Where would you put the game?
On a Friday or a Saturday night.
Oh.
I would put all big games on a Friday or Saturday night, or start them early enough on Sunday that they end. I don't know what behooves college. I don't know how it grows the game to end at midnight.
Good
and
news.
that's not for me. I'm an early riser. I understand most people it's not that big, but look, there is a legitimate argument for kids just growing sports.
Good news early this morning, and that is that the Eagles, Jalen Hurts and Quinion Mitchell, who both looked like they were pretty beat up, do not look like they sustained major injury.
Well, the Eagles would be cooked without Jalen Hurts, and with him, don't you figure they probably win?
Yeah, I think they will.
The magic runs out for these teams.
I know.
The Commanders are the Jags from '96. You get your big, right? They went on the road. They upset the unbeatable. They weren't quite the underdog that the Jags were at Denver, but it's similar.
Yeah.
And the Jags were able to beat Denver and then go off to face another good team on the road. And now the Commanders beat Detroit, and they're going to face another good team on the road. I mean, look, this is how close the hairs split, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they almost lost to Tampa. They had a last-second field goal, right?
Yeah.
You can be alive to even go to Detroit.
Yeah.
And I can't help but feel like the whole draw opened up for the Eagles, too. They dodged the Vikings in initially, which, the Rams beat them. Maybe they were better. But, getting the Rams at home is hardly the toughest a draw. And now the Lions have been knocked out for you. You get a divisional opponent at home.
Mm-hmm.
This certainly seems like the Eagles are going to win this game. They seem like the team best prepared, most qualified to win that game. We'll see. And the Lions, I worry about them. I think that
a lot of change coming.
This may be the Jags '99 AFC Championship game, and there's got a lot of change coming. They're going to lose coordinators. That loss is going to linger. And they got terrible DNA. DNA franchises. You bounce back from that. The Bills, look what they've done. They've had some disappointments, but they just keep going back and back and back and knocking on the door. I think in Detroit is not going to go to the playoffs each of the next 3 or 4 years.
Connor Orr writes this morning.
S-I-Z?
Yeah. It's the Monday after Black Monday. It's on the coaches, plan A's and plan B's. He says much of the coaching world will wait to see what Ben Johnson does. As I write this, much of the world is waiting on Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson. I get the sense Johnson will be very deliberate during the next few days. He remains plan A in at least 2 different places, possibly 3. While the dynamics of the post have changed, we were correct in our assertion this truly is the Johnson sweepstakes. Whether he ends up being good, luring him will be a true test of ownership, strength, and financial commitment. With that in mind, and with the full understanding that everything could change on a dime, remember Johnson turned down overtures from the Panthers in 22 and the Commanders in 23. Here's our best guess as to how things will play out. An additional note, Cliff Kingsbury is not interviewing until the end of the season. Kingsbury saw his star rise through 24, stemming from his work with Jane Daniels. So let's go see what he says about the Jags.
If Kingsbury has to ride the Daniels train for another year, it won't hurt him in his qualifications.
Dallas Cowboys. Plan A, generate as much attention as humanly possible, then hire Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
Plan B, Robert Saleh.
Yeah. Saleh seems to be the fallback for everyone if they don't get exactly what they...
New York Jets. Plan A, Aaron Glenn. Plan B, I would stick my fingers down my throat if I were a Jets fan and make myself vomit. Matt Nagy or Arthur Smith.
Isn't Matt Nagy the same guy? Who was the guy they had? Who was Matt? Who was that one? Who was the coordinator Gase? Same guy, Nagy Gase. Are they not the same guy? You ever see them in the same room?
Jacksonville Jaguars, as everybody's talking about. Plan A, Ben Johnson. Plan B, Liam Cohn. Let's see what he says. I think Shad Khan enjoyed putting the Urban Meyer trophy on the wall before it fell apart, and the pursuit of Johnson is giving off similar vibes. The Lions OC was able to help facilitate the ascension of Jared Goff from almost there to borderline MVP candidate Detroit, albeit with the help of an excellent offensive line and skill position players. This hire is all about Lawrence, which is why I see Cohen of Tampa Bay settling in as a strong number 2. Of course, we need to remember that Jacksonville is, for now, intent on keeping Balky as GM. Through the interview process, I've heard confirmation that Khan has a lot of trust in Balky. No kidding. Chicago Bears, Plan A, Ben Johnson. Plan B, McCarthy, Kingsbury.
Who?
McCarthy or Kingsbury. Mike McCarthy.
Oh, okay. I thought you said who's
same name.
Yeah. What?
Las Vegas Raiders.
You saw the Bears are interviewing Eddie George.
Yeah. Las Vegas Raiders. Plan A, Ben Johnson. Plan B, Pete Carroll. The Raiders, like Jacksonville, appear to be enamored with Johnson and have a general manager candidate on deck with connections to Johnson who could tip the scales. As bleak as it looks in Vegas, some coaches are intrigued by the blank slate approach, especially if a coach is paired with a GM who possesses a shared vision. Should Johnson head elsewhere, I'm curious to see if the Raiders would lean toward another brand name, this time in Carroll, to instill some good vibes in the building and set up a more sustainable and definable culture.
Here's one thing that is true, and this is why we've been so royally screwed by our fandom.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, you can turn it around so quick in the NFL. Washington had the second pick in the draft game. They were in the NFC Championship game. This build, this plan, 3-year goobity-gock. If you've got a front office that's really good, you can win in 1 year.
Plan A for the New Orleans Saints, Aaron Glenn again. Plan B, Joe Brady, Mike McCarthy, Cliff Kingsbury. So that's the Plan A's and Plan B's according to
How would you
Connor.
move McCarthy here? I haven't even interviewed. No, it's not where it would land.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. How would you feel about McCarthy? He's done great with quarterbacks.
Okay,
He's
here's
developed
why.
quarterbacks.
Here's why I'm okay with him. Gives me a Doug Peterson vibe. We just had that guy.
I don't. Okay.
He won a Super Bowl with another team.
But he's
the offensive mind. But
the difference between he and Doug Peterson,
a lot
he
more
went down,
success in
yeah,
Dallas.
and he's a more consistent winner than Peterson, who even in Philly was up and down.
Agree.
But I see
that's
what you mean.
why. That's why I would be a little hesitant. But
it's not wouldn't be a sexy hire at all. That's for sure.
And like I said this.
And he's not even in the loop. I'm just curious.
I said this on social media yesterday. Whomever the Jags hire, I'm going to try to find some of the positives and try.
I think that'll be easy. All of these candidates have their plus.
And I'm going to give them a chance.
Sure.
I would not have Liam Cohn as my Plan B though. Personally, I'd rather have Joe Brady if I'm going young offensive coordinator. But again, if it is Cohen and you saw some things, again, the concern for me is the front office and how that works.
Well, and it's not like some personal dislike of Balky. It's his ability to work to cohesively.
Nobody survives 6 coaching changes, Jeff. Nobody.
I don't know how Trent Balky. It's amazing to me that Khan trusts him. I mean, like I said, man, if you got to buy a car this week, take Trent Balky. You'll walk out with a car in the dealership paying you.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what it is with Shad Khan, what he tells him.
Yeah.
That belies what the actuality is. But man, you talk about a grift. I mean, this is pretty clear. We left the stadium 2 years ago. We were celebrating that great anniversary of that exciting night at the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And your GM has made the roster worse in 2 years. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
He's taken the talent and replaced it with less talent. And it started the very first offseason with Arden Key and others.
I'm glad that Murph isn't here today.
Why?
Because I'm now at the point, and I just wanted to mention this before we had to break and get 9 o'clock nasty, but I'm at the point now where I'm like, come on, Dodgers. I mean, what are we doing?
I mean, I'm trying to sound this bell, and y'all are telling me that's just the market. That's just the market. It's not the Dodgers' fault. It's Major League Baseball's fault. They have a commissioner that has no nads.
When the Mets
Got no stones.
When the Mets went out and signed the likes of Scherzer, Mark Canha, Eduardo Escobar, not even near the level of players the Dodgers signed, Major League Baseball threw the Cohen tax out at Major League Baseball. Here are the Dodgers doing this deferred payment nonsense, and not a peep from Rob Manfred except how it's good for the game. Ugh. Good.
I don't. It's
they signed Tanner Scott over the weekend. That's why I bring it up.
Well, it's Sasaki.
Yeah.
Well, that had barely happened.
Yeah. But Tanner Scott 4 for 72.
I know it's just really. I mean,
Sasaki goes to L.A.
Their staff is like the three Japanese imports, and then
what can you tell me about AJ Minter, my newest Met? I'm excited about him. Should I be?
Yeah, he's solid.
Is he the guy who had that huge inning for?
That was Matzik.
Okay,
but he was a part of that 3-man crew that was mowing everyone down. The three was him, Matzik, and Will Smith in the playoff run. He's like any middle reliever, dude. If you get a good year, he's gonna come through in a lot of tight situations.
I didn't think he had bad years.
He has bad stretches, but that's relievers. I've got nothing bad to say about AJ Minter. I think his last year was his most injury-riddled, least productive year.
Oh, okay.
So that's the only thing. It doesn't kill me that we're losing.
Why wouldn't you have kept him?
You know, I don't know. I think it was the option. You guys gave me the option after 1 year, and the Braves don't do option after 1 year. I think that's what I read.
All right.
I think it's. I think what it
does it annoy you that he went to the Mets?
No, not so much.
That's a shame.
I mean, baseball. It's just so it happens so much there. You don't get your feelings as much as like a college football player transferring.
Disappointed.
A little bit different. So yeah, you will cuss him at some point, and if he's a good Brave, he'll ruin your season at some point in August.
No,
he gave up some big hits. He'll give up a long ball now. I mean, but that's a reliever, man. Go talk to anyone about a middle or late reliever who's not the closer, and you're going to get mixed reports.
That's the same with
they send. So that's who he. But that's who he is. He's a good, solid 2 ERA.
Was it your guy? Was it in that last game when the Mets and Braves played? Did we hit the Iglesias guy? Did we get to him? I think we did, right?
You nickeled and dimed, and then for did he hit the homer? Is that what happened?
I think so.
Or was that or you got him to extras and then Lindor hit the homer, or that happened in regular?
That was in the eighth.
You had a big 8
for 6.
2-0, and you scored 6.
Yeah, was he in there?
Yeah, they put who? Minter?
Iglesias.
Iglesias came in the 8th. Yeah, that was a big mistake.
Okay. Oh, that's it.
That was the talk. He's a one-inning guy.
Right. That's right. All right, we'll take a break. 9 o'clock Nasty. Are you ready?
Stay ready, young guy. Get ready.
All right. This is the drill.
Play-by-play is full of plot twists.
Did that just happen?
And high-octane drama.
And this game is tied.
Experience the most play-by-play sports on 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Hey, gang, imagine having a doctor available to you any day or any time. That's my doctor, Rick Townsend. I'll tell you why he's available, right? Listen, I've been going to him for a long time. But he has decided to take a leap into a new and personal world of concierge medicine. And I went with him. I'll tell you why I like concierge medicine. Here's the deal. He has less patients. Therefore, he can practice more medicine with you guys. So, in other words, you're not feeling well, you need an appointment. Come on in, let me check you out, okay? You don't have to wait for 2 weeks and then you're feeling good again or whatever. Medical emergency, here's his personal phone number. Call him anytime, 24/7. It's kind of like being a member of an exclusive golf club, but again, the cost is going to surprise you. Surprise me. And as far as doctors, he's the best. Navy trained, graduated from Wake Forest. He cares about each of his guys and he gets to know them. It's like family to me. So whether it's yearly physicals, office or virtual visits, cancer screenings, referrals to specialists, hospital follow-ups, Doc's got you covered. MyPPConcierge.com.
Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices. And I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hey, sports fans, it's Hayes Carlyon from MyBookie. It's win now or go home. The NFL playoffs are the ticket to the biggest game of the year, and all roads lead to New Orleans. The NCAA playoffs will set the stage. but this is your chance to get in on every high-stakes moment along the way. Your road to New Orleans starts now with MyBookie. MyBookie is the ultimate destination for bettors who want more. Whether you're backing the underdogs or riding with the favorites, every drive, every touchdown, every moment is an opportunity to win big. Kick off your 2025 right with risk-free Thursdays. Place a bet. If it doesn't hit, MyBookie has your back. Dive into the Bet Boost tab to supercharge your picks and build that bankroll before the big game. The action doesn't stop. MyBookie's online casino keeps the excitement going 24/7. If you haven't joined yet, now's the time. Use promo code 1010XL on your first deposit, and MyBookie will hook you up with an instant bonus because you deserve to start strong.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Hey, this is Bert Cannon with the First Coast YMCA. Youth sports at the Y can help nurture your future athlete's potential and experience the joy of being a kid. At the Y, we're providing a safe, clean, and fun environment with basketball, soccer, volleyball, gymnastics, elite skills training, and more. Best of all, participation in Legacy Youth Sports League is free with your family membership. Visit fcymca.org to learn all about youth sports at the Y.
Morning, Paula.
Morning, Ron.
Another day in Adminville, am I right?
What are you working on? Oh!
You okay?
Your tabs. You have so many open.
Yeah, gotta order lunch for the big client meeting. With great responsibility comes tabs.
I can help. Close all those tabs and open just one. EasyCater.com. Online ordering from local restaurants. Plus tools to save time, stay on budget, track expenses.
One tab to rule them all.
EasyCater, the smarter way to order food for work. Order now at EasyCater.com.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyoublow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
So one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, you just got married, you just got divorced, you have children, you likely want to take care of your family. Of course you do. Hicken here from Matt Hinson in the Hinson Law Firm. I'm not the attorney yet. But have you done your last will? It's not the most comfortable thing. It's not the most fun thing to do. Something you need to do besides getting your assets to the people that you want them to go to. Planning helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Matt Hinson will listen to help you with some tough decisions. He'll provide you the info needed so you are at ease with your choice. The Hinson Law Firm. You have questions? Maddie's got answers. 904-527-1700. 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
The 1010XL Restaurant of the Day is Barley and Pie Brewing Company in Fleming Island. Enjoy the College Football National Championship with $4 clay lights and any pizza for $16 at Barley and Pie in Fleming Island.
She's seen and heard all over 1010XL's video and social channels.
Whether the big cats are at the bank or on the road, I'm there too. Follow my updates all season long, on air and online.
All things Mia are driven by Arlington Toyota.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, a professional stamp licker from Jacksonville, Florida, meet Martin Celery.
Oh, gosh. I can't wait to play, Bob.
Well, let's move things along. Tell him what he's won, Johnny.
Wait, but
That's right, Marty. At Bueller Air and Plumbing, we've stocked up on the remaining inventory of low-cost 2024 model air conditioners. So you win. We're passing the savings on to you.
Can I answer a question first?
We need to make room for the 25s, so we're offering great deals on AC replacements while supplies last.
Could I spin the wheel at least? I've been practicing for a year.
With last-minute deals like this, there's no question that you are cool.
What do I tell my kids?
There you go. Have a souvenir t-shirt.
Thanks.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Homeowners, listen up. It's time to start fresh in 2025. Prosser here, and Loan Pronto is here to help take control of your finances in 2025 by lowering your house payments and consolidating that nagging debt. Did you know that 9 out of 10 borrowers get a better deal by calling Loan Pronto? Right now, Loan Pronto has some of the most competitive offers for refis, debt consolidation, and purchase loans, starting in the low 5s APR. If your current rate is over 6%, don't settle for paying too much. Even if you're in process with another lender, call Loan Pronto now. Lock in at a lower rate today and close in as little as 2 weeks, often with no appraisal. You can even skip your next 2 house payments. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Get your personalized Loan Pronto rate quote instantly with no hard credit pull and no upfront fees. Call now, 904-999-1508, or go to loanpronto.com. That's 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLS consumeraccess.org.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Prize Picks. Florida men's basketball head coach Todd Golden, under his own cloud of investigation, voiced support for assistant coach Tareen Green, who is under a sexual assault investigation, as reported by ESPN. Florida Gator men's basketball team quickly regrouped on Saturday, securing a victory over the unranked Texas Longhorns. Head coach Todd Golden praised the team's defensive effort.
A big positive from today's game for our defense is that we turn them over. This is a team that is not turnover prone. That was a huge area as to why we won today.
A late second half comeback bid came up short for the North Florida men's basketball team as they fell to North Alabama on Saturday afternoon at UNF Arena. Up next for North Florida, they travel to Charlotte to face Queens NC on Thursday. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson. At 9:08, it's 34 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. It's time. Now, it's time for the 9 o'clock nasty on the drill.
We're wasting time.
Here are Jeff Prosser, Dan Hicken, and E.T.
Oh, yeah, time to turn it up with a little 9 o'clock nasty.
Is that different from getting turned?
E?
Getting turned and what? What was the other?
Turn it up.
Turn it up.
Same thing.
Okay.
I think there's a, you know how sometimes you need the whole story? Am I wrong in this? At the start of the Houston-Kansas City game on Saturday,
okay,
the Kansas City Cat returns a kick 60 yards, fumbles the ball, and then the kid Boyd from Houston is walking off, throws his helmet, shoves the coach.
Yeah, that was crazy.
But I think
he was doing it like out of celebration?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
I think we were misreading it.
Yeah.
I think he was doing it because he was.
And they
he
did,
thought
and they
he
had a
caused
penalty
the fumble.
on him, though?
I think he thought he caused a fumble, and they got the ball.
Oh, okay. Because, I was like, wait, why is he shoving him and he caused the penalty?
Yeah, I think it was like,
They did get the ball. Right?
No,
Kansas City. Oh, yeah, Piron jumped on it, didn't he?
Kansas City recovered it.
Yeah.
But I think that was a
celebratory thing.
Yeah.
It may have
like,
been.
Yeah, and the coach is like,
I don't think D'Amico Ryans keeps a player on his bench who shoves the coach walking off the field.
Right,
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But I don't think that
That's
he does.
kind of how I
think Houston's reputation, they walked out of here all nose in the air, and then they went on the offensive when they got home, and how dare anyone question them. I think that little reputation of Shahir and what they did here to Trevor Lawrence, I think it may have subconsciously at least hurt them in some of those calls that they took the other day. They're known as a dirty team.
Dirty.
They put a quarterback into the concussion protocol and knocked him out of a week, and so if it looks like they're near Patrick Mahomes' head, they're going to call him.
Brett McMurphy, we got a national championship game tonight.
Oh, boy.
Brett McMurphy has released, and Brett McMurphy's kind of a pretty good.
He's a long time Florida, like Tampa Trib or something back in the day, or
I'm being told
USA
absolutely
Today.
Not what happened in Houston. The kid came out and apologized afterwards.
Oh, he did.
It's not in his character.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's bad.
Well,
that may be. I kind of thought the same thing though as you. Only because why didn't they?
I thought I'd read it differently.
Why wasn't there more made out of it?
Yeah. Seems like it'd have been a bigger deal.
I don't trust my source on who's telling me that.
All right. Enough to just report it on the radio.
He's laughing. All right. So he put out a way too early top 25.
Okay.
For next year.
Florida, number 6.
Florida, good news, bad news. Because I think Florida fan feels like we got to be in the playoff next year.
Boy, I don't.
You know?
And I'm usually the one that is more demanding.
You don't feel like we should be a top 12?
I think you should be 9-3, and if that gets you to top 12, then
Okay.
so be it.
They're
And it might with
they're
that.
15, so he's probably thinking along your lines.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. The schedule's tough. It's still only Lagway's second year.
It's the same schedule.
And he played, they finished awesome.
Yeah.
It's an awesome finish. It really was. And they're going to have to prove it again right out of the gates. And let's see what it looks like with Lagway fully. Now, another thing here, gets all spring, gets all the reps. We should see a big jump up.
Well,
in Lagway.
He plays, according to Brett McMurphy, he plays number 2. That's Texas. Number 4, that's Georgia. Number 5, that's LSU. Number 9, that's Tennessee. Number 10, that's Miami. So he plays 5 of the top 10.
Looks a lot like last year's schedule.
A lot like last year. It'll
be interesting to see.
21 Ole Miss. They're the only one who's fallen a little bit.
Yeah. Jackson Dart going, but they got quarterbacks in the waiting there.
Yeah.
But Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin just feels like a 9-3 dude.
Alabama 23.
Doesn't Lane Kiffin feel like a 9-3 dude? I know he's a little better than that this year. Was
Alabama
10-2,
23. That's the stunner, I think, when I'm looking at this.
Did you see what the ACC is considering doing?
That's dumb. I don't.
It is so dumb.
I don't even.
The ACC doesn't know how to get out of their own way.
What do you do? You're gonna. It's almost like we're gonna come up. We're gonna respond to what happened this year because we.
Here's where they're dumb.
It worked out for them.
Right.
Yeah. Idiots.
Yeah. In other words, we don't want our conference champion exposed with a loss in the championship game because that's what happened. SMU got exposed,
but you got 2 in the playoffs.
And what I guess he's just, I guess he is just admitting, wow, boy, they missed this one. How did SMU get in?
Right.
SMU should have never got in. Indiana should have never got in. So there's more mistakes than just the seeding. Those are misses. And in fairness, I was screaming that before they both got hammered.
Mm-hmm.
So end of story, and then Arizona State and Boise are way overseeded. And I would also go back to this. The highest ranked conference champion from the non-power shouldn't get in. If you're one of those teams and you're ranked a certain level, then that should get you in. But winning a conference with UNLV in it is a little bit different from winning the Big 12.
Right. So,
but the ACC is considering giving the regular season champion a bye and then have the teams that finish 2nd and 3rd play in the championship game. Well, this just in, ACC. If the 2nd and 3rd are playing, it's not a championship game.
Right.
It's the runner-up game. Welcome to the Dr. Pepper runner-up game, live from Charlotte. What does this even mean?
Yeah.
Let's go to ACC apologist. Is he back? I know you booted this dude for a while.
Did I? Yeah, he can be back.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Hello, Joe.
Top of the morning, boys.
Oh, Joe.
Top of the morning. Hey, I didn't call to talk about this, but that is dumb. The ACC can't get
that's
the stupidest thing I ever heard of.
It's pretty stupid.
But there will never be a playoff developed where the number 2 team in the Big Ten doesn't make it. So,
especially if they're good.
Well, only team Indiana lost to, those 2 teams are playing for the championship.
Well, that's where but see, Joe, and here's the thing, and I get this if we're just talking with Joe fans sitting at a mall in Nashville, but these guys on the playoff committee, someone needs to remind them they're supposed to be insightful. They're supposed to be able to differentiate. They're supposed to be able to not get all in their participation award trophy and they deserve this and they deserve that. And if you and I don't know where you stood on it, can sit here and tell you that Indiana and SMU are damn sure not top 12 teams, then the biggest, brightest, been in the sport their whole life committee should be able to make that determination also.
Jeff, we could agree to disagree. Indiana was the top. They definitely deserved it, bro. And they lost by 10 points. It's not like they got waxed like Tennessee.
Just tell me who they beat. Tell me one team they beat that makes them playoff. Just one. I'll wait. Now move on. Go ahead, Google.
I don't have the schedule in front of me. But they finished number 2 in the Big Ten, so they beat somebody.
They finished number 2 in the Big Ten because they didn't play Penn State, because they didn't play Oregon. Stop it.
Can't we do that with Texas, bro? Texas didn't have to play Alabama or when they played Georgia, they lost. And they didn't play LSU. They didn't play. Who did they play?
Texas won 2 playoff games. Stop it.
You're saying getting there. That's the thing about the NFL playoffs that makes it great.
Okay, I thought we were going to agree to disagree and move on. Is that what we're doing, or am I? Okay.
Moved on. Washington has proved that you can get in and do something.
Yes.
Oh, well, it didn't take them. I mean, we've had wild card teams that have won.
That was it.
Yeah. I mean, I made a declaration, Hick. I didn't open up a debate.
All right. Billy Napier obviously had a strong finish. It just appears like Napier's not going to do a whole lot here in terms of his point is we're going to do what we do better. And he may be able to because of who his quarterback is. So that remains to be seen. But we shall see how that all pans out going forward. Who do you think Notre Dame has a chance tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I
Would
think...
you take Notre Dame in the points?
Whew. Boy, that Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
That's just right on it. Probably not.
No.
I think they stay within that, and then maybe kind of like what Ohio State did at Texas. Right, it's a 7-point game for much of it. They get a late score. In that case, it was a defensive score. They win by double figures.
Mm-hmm. So you like Ohio State tonight?
Yeah.
It's hard to
from the Texan designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Indiana only lost to the two teams in the title game, and that's great. I'm sure there are a lot of other Big Ten teams like Minnesota, Northwestern, Iowa, Nebraska. The same teams that Indiana is also could probably lose to both of them.
I've now confirmed, by the way, that as I suspected, we were right, and the person correcting me was wrong.
So it wasn't in anger.
Point of clarification, you are correct. He was celebrating that he thought they recovered a fumble, but then he apologized for acting the way he did. I mistook what he was apologizing for, him saying he should have never come.
Yeah, there you go. We were right again.
Point of proven.
We should just go to... That's a mic drop. Be back with more next. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemenonly.com.
Your golfing buddy.
I can't believe you're a professional golfer. I think you should be working at the snack bar.
Your drinking buddy.
Drinks are on me.
That's a good buddy.
Well, everyone knows that.
Joe C. Afternoons 2 to 4 on 1010XL.
New year, new beginnings, and a new roof. Start 2025 with peace of mind and take advantage of Universal Roof and Contracting's limited time offer. 15% off all roof repairs and replacements. From leaks to full replacements, call 855-ROOF-HELP or visit universalroof.com to schedule your free roof inspection today. This special New Year deal ends January 31st. Universal Roof and Contracting, protecting your home and building your trust. License number CCC 057165, CBC 1258484.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the chairman of Underwoods. With Christmas behind us in 2025 here, the last thing you want to hear is somebody trying to sell you something. That's why at Underwoods, we'd like to just stop and say thank you to all the people that came in our stores over the last year. Whether you bought from us or not, we want to thank you for coming by and giving us the chance to help. In North Florida, there are a lot of people trying to sell you jewelry. But at Underwoods, we consider it an honor for somebody to come in and just give us that chance to help. And if we do a good job, we might get a chance to serve again. Having served North Florida since 1928, all of us here understand what a customer really gives us during that visit to Underwoods, their trust. And it's up to us to do everything we can to keep it. So on behalf of everybody on the Underwood team, thanks again for coming into our stores. And we wish each of you a Happy New Year.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Yo, what's happening, sports bettors? E to the T here with my bookie. And it's winter go home time. The NFL playoffs are the ticket to the biggest game of the year, and all roads lead to New Orleans. The NCAA playoffs will set the stage, but this is your chance to get in on every high-stakes moment along the way. Your road to New Orleans starts now with my bookie. My bookie is the ultimate destination for bettors who want more, whether you're backing the underdogs or riding with the favorites. Every drive, every touchdown, and every moment is an opportunity to win big time. Kick off your 2025 right with high-risk free Thursdays. Place a bet. If it doesn't hit, my bookie has your back. Dive into the Bets Boost tab to supercharge your picks and build that bankroll. And when the game is over, the action doesn't stop. My bookie has an online casino that keeps the excitement going 24/7. From blackjack to baccarat, roulette, and slots. Whether you're celebrating a big win or gearing up for the next round. If you haven't joined yet, now's the time. Use my promo code 1010XL on your very first deposit. Come on, somebody.
Are you an experienced chiller technician and looking for a role where your skills are truly valued? It's time to make the move to Local 234, plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians. You'll get top pay,
comprehensive health and welfare benefits for your family, and a pension that doesn't come out of your pocket. Join the team that's got your back. Local 234, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit UA234.com to send your resume today.
Equal opportunity employer.
Mia here for Dreamfinders Homes. For a limited time to ring in the new year, Dreamfinders Homes is offering an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now is your chance to lock down the rate and get in the game. You heard me right, a 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to dreamfindershome.com for more details.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
He was a favorite on the field.
Cardiac cast, thank you, baby.
And he's back on 1010XL. Former Jaguars QB David Garrard joins Jaguars Today to talk Jags.
Mondays on 1010XL.
Brought to you by WaterboyJax.com.
Collisions happen on every play in football. Collisions also happen every day on the road. If you need auto body repair, from a $30 job to a $30,000 job, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
This is Hayes Carline for First Florida Credit Union. I bank with First Florida Credit Union because I trust them. I can always count on them when it comes to the vast services they provide. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Credit Union in the 2024 Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards, and it's easy to see why. I go to the branch off 210 in St. Johns County and the new Durbin location, but they have 10 branches in the Jacksonville area. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
Make a resolution this new year to send all of your friends or family a Kuhn Flowers floral arrangement. Or how about just sending one person you love a floral arrangement? Kuhn Flowers can handle it all.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, back here on the drill. That SEC basketball reputation lived up this weekend. Florida, an easy win at home, although it was a little closer, I think, than the final score indicated.
I tell you what, Texas got a freshman guard who's a player.
Yeah. Johnson, right?
Yeah. He's gonna.
Yeah, he was I
think he's gonna lead the SEC in scoring this year.
Well, he was like top 5 recruit.
He's really good.
He's every bit the 5-star. Maybe the second best freshman behind Cooper Flagg.
He's a one and done.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Good player, but
Yeah.
Texas overall, you might need a bigger, flashier coach.
Oh, he's done.
Yeah, right. You got to go get a guy, man.
I was talking to Mr. 10. Mr. 10 threw me some shade. This is good. You'll like this. Mr. 10 threw me some shade because Florida and Tennessee, they have hockey clubs, and Tennessee beat Florida. So he threw me some shade. So I was watching the end of the Vandy, Tennessee game on Saturday, and I was about to drop a hole, and Tennessee came all the way back. Did you see the end of that game?
They missed a game winner, right?
Well, Vandy was up like 9.
I saw that.
With like
I gave
a
up
minute and a half to go.
I watched a lot of basketball this weekend.
I
watched
flipped back,
Alabama,
and all of a sudden, Tennessee's got a chance to win the damn game.
I missed all that.
Well, they ended up losing. Chaz Lanier missed a free throw.
Ooh.
And that would have tied it.
It's like 1.8 or something, too, I think.
Yeah. And so Tennessee loses. So I said, oh, that's
I'm glad you opened up the college basketball floor for just 1 second, too. I got a bold prediction.
Okay.
Like, this is one of those that if you play this like in Vegas, they should give you like 10,000 to 1.
Okay.
I'm going to predict that Danny Hurley in his career physically assaults a referee and it's a major story.
Okay.
This guy loses his mind, Dan. I watched UConn Creighton the other day.
And they lost. UConn had a terrible start to the year, that tournament, but then they righted the ship.
They've been better.
Now they finally lost.
I saw Creighton, though, was like 6-1 against them or something. Like 8-2. It's amazing. But so Creighton beats them at UConn, but there are a couple plays late where his face looks like it is going to explode. And in his fist clench, and he charges referees and then like stops with his whole body tense. I think he's going to go down like Woody Hayes, man. I think one of these games he's going to get hot, and he's going to either push a ref or just flat out haul off and sock him one. So there's that.
I like that. But anyway, so Tennessee lost, and then I called Kevin Gainey, and I gave him a whole rash
Dick
of bad
Vitale,
juju.
planning his broadcasting return, had a fall at home, and so maybe you saw the promotions about he was returning. I think it was Duke Wake Forest.
No, it's supposed to be this week coming up. Yeah.
But then so now he won't be. And number one, Auburn continues to escape in the SEC. Georgia almost got him at home. That's a couple in a row where Georgia. That's the SEC, boy.
Georgia stole the ball and had a good look at winning it.
Yeah, he missed it in the lane.
He missed it, yeah.
The SEC is what the experts told us it was. And you can turn on just about any SEC game, and you're going to watch a fun game.
Well, Duke will be an interesting study because Duke is going to run roughshod through the ACC. But the ACC is no good.
It's way down.
Way down. And so...
But Duke is worth... It doesn't matter that they're...
I'll be curious to see how Duke does when it gets to tournament time because I don't think they're going to really be battle-tested.
The problem with that is...
Because when Duke started the year... They were like 2-2.
Yeah, but the alternative to that is they do have plenty of that kind of experience on their resume.
Well, they got a lot of freshmen, though.
Yeah, but even those freshmen this year played Kentucky. They played at Arizona.
Yeah, and they lost a couple of them.
Well, they also beat Auburn.
Yeah, they lost to Kentucky.
They also beat Arizona.
Yeah.
They did lose to Kentucky. They did lose to Kansas.
Lost to Kansas, yeah. That'll be interesting. Tomorrow we find out who gets inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I don't recognize the Baseball Hall of Fame.
I'm not going to do this.
Yeah, nor am I. I'm just going to leave it at that. But who into the hall that I don't recognize will be going in?
It's one of the most sacred Hall of Fames. It's an unbelievable room. It gives you goosebumps when you go in there. It's of all the thousands of people who play baseball, it's a very elite room. They make mistakes and they will. But I'm looking here and I don't know. Will Andrew Jones be the guy? There's not a lot of.
It was Andrew Jones and I think Billy Wagner. Is that the other one?
On his last shot.
Yeah, those Andrew Jones again. This is another one. The only reason I don't bang the drum for Andrew Jones is because Dale Murphy belongs in over Jones.
Carlos Beltran.
Jones is a Hall of Famer, I think.
Manram, is he a steroid guy? They won't vote him in.
I don't know. Why do some steroid guys get in and some don't? Those guys made a mistake.
A-Rod.
You know what they did? To be honest, he didn't pay when it comes to the Hall. Mm-hmm. Because the guys who were honest didn't get in.
Yeah.
You know, the guys that said we did it or at least didn't lie. But Poppy, these guys did roids, dude.
Yeah.
Poppy, the Pudge, all of them.
Yeah.
And there was a point where in Major League Law, half the team was doing them, right? Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
To some degree.
Be very interesting.
Don't you feel, without looking at stats, does Andrew Jones feel like a Hall of Famer to you?
I've done this before, but no, I would not have voted. But he was such a good defensive player.
Yeah, when you look up the entirety of it all,
I'll be rooting.
Pretty amazing.
The WAR guys are Chase Utley and Dustin Pedroia, and
you know what that is, Dan?
Yeah,
that's a
Chase Utley's not a Hall of Famer.
No, that is a real big argument against WAR and those that promote it. I know Murph is a huge WAR guy. Well, what is WAR exactly?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. There's no way you can definitely put a number on the number of wins this guy gets you if you had just had an average replacement. You can't do it. Game situations change. Can be 1,000 different reasons. WAR can be very nebulous. And if you're going to use WAR, Dustin Pedroia is also not a Hall of Famer at all.
Yeah.
Nor Utley. Neither one.
Yeah.
Not even close. Like, not 30% of the vote.
We got a lot of things go over with Murph. Hopefully he comes in this week. I think he will.
I got to put the pressure on him there.
I need him in here. We got a lot of good stuff. So we'll see. But we'll know who gets in tomorrow. So they usually announce that at like 6 o'clock. It's kind of neat. I like that. It's like the NFL and MLB do it differently, but it'll be fun. All right, we'll take one more break. We'll come back. We'll make the turn for home. It's the Monday edition of The Drill, rocking and rolling here in mid-January.
It's the Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemenonly.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. The NBA is on 1010XL.
Orlando travels to Jurassic Park for an evening matchup with the Raptors. Tuesday night at 7 on 1010 a.m.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam! What's happening, fellas? It's your boy E.T. here. And do you need a little extra boost in the bedroom? Well, Blue Chew is what you need. By now, you probably know that Blue Chew is an online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, and Staxin, but in a chewable form, and it's at a fraction of the cost. So what you waiting for? Blue Chew is all online. No doctor's visits, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Plus, it ships right to your front door in a discreet package. Their licensed medical providers work with you to find the right ingredient and strength for your prescription. Guys, if you don't like swallowing pills, no problem. Blue Chew is chewable. And you ready for a great offer? How about free? Go to BlueChew.com, consult with a licensed medical provider, and get your first month for free. Turn that oh no into a oh yeah. Just chew it and do it, my boy. Visit BlueChew.com.
This is head coach Matthew Driscoll from the UNF men's basketball team. When our players suffer an orthopedic injury, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists gets our players back on the court pain-free.
We appreciate the endorsements from our high school and college coaches. This is Dr. Kevin Murphy. The next time you need orthopedic care, you can rely on our team at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. Before termites attack your home or business and cause costly damage, Terminix it. Terminix stops termites in my home fast. These destructive pests may have been around for millions of years, but before they show up, so does Terminix. And their time is up. Don't live with a termite problem. I certainly wasn't going to. Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com. Terminix.com.
Cannonball!
Honey, someone's in our pool.
Oh, refreshing.
John, what are you doing?
Oh, hey, Dave. Seeing as how me and the guys at Clearwater Irrigation reinstalled your sprinklers after the pool contractor ripped it out, I thought you wouldn't mind if I took a quick dip.
But in a Jaguar print Speedo?
Yeah, Dave. My bad.
Clearwater Irrigation. We can't sing a lick, but we sure are good at sprinklers.
And drainage, too.
Chose C for CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. They can transform your backyard with fire pits, pergolas, screen enclosures, and outdoor kitchens. And CSS handles the entire project from start to finish. You dream it, they build it. CSSOutdoor.com.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On January 20th, 1967, Philadelphia 76ers Wilt Chamberlain makes all 15 of his field goal attempts in a win over the Lakers to set the NBA record for consecutive shots made.
When the heat's on high or the chill is too much, who you gonna call? Cool Cats Heating and Cooling is locally owned and operated with a perfect touch. You'll keep your home just right, day or night. AC to heating, don't take a beating. Call the coolest cats in town. With a 5-star Google rating, they're your neighbors, ready to help. So get your paw of approval from Cool Cats Heating and Cooling, the coolest cats in town. CoolCatsJax.com.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Instant Keys saves the day if you have lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest and reliable locksmith service. Call 722-1111.
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
I've known Glenn Cohen for a long time as a friend and a lawyer. Persistent and fair, Glenn and his firm have represented clients from North Florida and South Georgia for over 40 years in all kinds of personal injury cases. If I had such a case, call Glenn at Barnes and Cohen.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Go to WM.com/Duval.
Value or flavor? Price or taste? Why choose when you can get both with everyday deals at Sonny's? Right now, you can get the pork big deal for $10, the pork and rib combo for $12, and all-you-can-eat ribs for just $19.99. Yep, you heard right. All your favorites are now available all day, every day. And that's why it's always Sonny's here. Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmasters since '68.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
I cooled down from watching playoff football and getting the feel of, in your mind, you're always wondering, well, how far away are we? How far away are we? And two of the teams that played 1-1, 1 loss, we played this weekend, and we lost by a combined 99-16. Now, we did play Philly tight, but Philly jumped on us, and then we sort of threw up some when they turned the gas off.
Our game against them ended a lot like the Rams game against them ended.
20-23,
with
yeah.
a chance to win, even though you were down by a couple scores in the fourth.
Yeah.
I'm cooling down on this, Dan. Been so ripe with important football news. I didn't want to bog us down in my trivial personal life.
Right.
But as the Gate River Run,
how did training go this
commences,
week?
Man, my heart is in it, Hick. I mean it.
Okay.
I want to. And my knees are holding up.
Oh no.
Well, buddy, man, my back after round 2 was just. So we'll see. I'm hoping maybe it was something else, and I can get back out there today. And so
we're not calling it yet.
If I got to walk, I'll walk. I don't want to do that.
Oh, we're doing it.
I can walk. I'm going to do it. I said I'd do it. I'm going to do it. But my
the 2-hour goal is shaky.
If I can't run, I mean, and I don't look. Here's like I said, part of this for me, the payoff was it's going to force me to get in a fitness habit that I would hopefully keep going after the river run was over, and get to pay off a dime bet for my stupid golf picking from a year ago.
Right.
And I'm off to an equally poor start this go round. I netted $47,000. All these guys got millions of dollars this week, and I got $47K. So there's going to be that.
Future sites for the national championship game, according to Brett McMurphy this morning. Future national sites. Tampa replaces Dallas. I don't know why. So that's pretty good. Tampa getting one. Why can't we get one?
Well,
that new stadium.
Yeah, when it comes.
Well, this is 2029.
Well, let them see it. I gotta
Vegas,
believe we're going to build one. We've been telling people we're having an NFL team too.
Vegas gets 27. New Orleans gets 28.
Vegas 27. Now that's a new one, right?
Miami gets 30. So
yeah, we're out for a while. Is Vegas new for the college?
Yeah, I don't think they've had one.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't think they've had
Man, the whole idea and attitude on gambling and the tie to sports, boy, nothing's changed more in our life than that.
Oh gosh.
I used to not do things in Vegas because of that. Now it's promoted. Can I give you a Shazam?
Yes.
This bad beat, bro, that happened this weekend. I'm surprised it's gone all this way. We haven't talked about it, but
okay.
The Kansas City Chiefs are 9.5-point favorites over the Houston Texans, and they have an 11-point lead. The game's in the hand. They've done what they needed to do. They're up 23-12. Their drive stalls. There's literally like 15, 20 seconds to go in the game. They got the ball, their own 25-yard line, maybe.
Yeah.
They snap it to the punter.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, no. Oh, no. He's running. He's running.
No.
He turns around. He's running backwards into the end zone.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, well, now just punt it. No. Oh, no. And he runs out of bounds. Safety. 23-14. 9-point game. Spread busted from 11. on a 9.5-point line to a giveaway safety makes it 9. And all the Houston backers are like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And all the Kansas City backers are like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Yeah. That's gambling.
Yeah.
That's gambling.
And by the way, that's just a typical play. That's not really because people immediately. And by the way, it also put the game over. It took it from under to over, and it took the spread from Kansas City covering to Houston covering. I mean, it was a big swing on a throwaway play.
That's crazy.
But, the Chiefs would do that in week 7 of the regular season. That's the play to make there at the end of the game. You don't put yourself in a position to. Dan, I'm not sure.
Yes, sir.
If there has ever been a first-team All-Pro in the NFL.
Okay.
Other than specialist.
All right.
That if you told me who he was, in a half a second, I wouldn't tell you who he played for. In other words, if you said Fred Warner, San Francisco.
Okay.
If you said Patrick Sturgeon, Denver.
Okay.
Derek Steele, Houston. You couldn't get the player out. I mean, you could pull it out right now.
You got one?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was one for me this year.
Okay.
As I look at the list here, and I did see him play yesterday. Maybe they said he was an All-Pro. It's shocking to me that this guy's a first-team All-Pro, at a position where the second-teamers, maybe it's just not that great a position. The second-team All-Pro's not that great either. No, the guy I'm talking about, though, Zach Bond.
Oh, the Eagles guy. You didn't know him?
Not enough.
You know why I know him?
I wouldn't have said.
You know why? He showed up in that Jaguar game. I'm like, this guy's a good player.
Well, here's the reality is he started his career. It's his first year in Philly. He's been more of a special teams guy in New Orleans.
He had a hell of a year.
Yeah, but it's hard to believe that he every single All-Pro first team, I would have immediately gone. I'm not saying I wouldn't have got Bond on the Eagles, but I would have had to think for a second. Who was that? Was Zach Bond?
I had a culture question on Zach Bond, E.
Oh, tell me.
I thought he might have been a Mendenhall candidate, but now I don't think he is.
So the Mendenhall.
I thought he was on our team.
So Mendenhall means he would be a white guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
A part of the Mendenhall Bowl.
Yeah.
He's from Wisconsin. You sure he's not white?
I don't know. Look at his picture. You tell me. I can't tell. Not that it matters on this MLK Day, except for the love that me and E share for each other. So,
or any other day for that matter.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Zach Bond. I don't know. Is he white or black? I can't tell.
No one can tell. He should be a wrestler. The bald head is what does it.
What do you think?
If my man would just grow hairy, all questions would be solved.
E, can I get an answer, please?
Take the walk in here and take a look at Zach Bond for me.
He's a brother, man.
He's a brother?
Yeah.
No doubt?
Got to grow some hair, and there'd be no questions here. Hick
There's
would not
no
have
chance he's a white guy.
Man, peep the goatee, man. He a brother.
Okay.
Peek the goatee. He a brother. Man. That's the quote of the morning. Peek the goatee, a brother.
You telling me
Zach Bond from Madison?
Telling me in this picture right here.
Oh, wait, hold on, dude.
Yeah.
LSB,
is this
bro.
him? Look at this.
Yeah, he's LSB.
This
for sure.
Yeah, there ain't much question.
Oh, there he is. When he had his hair, he was definitely a brother.
You look at Zach Braun, the Saints draft pick. Yeah, there ain't no question at all. He may not be.
Congratulations, you have a new linebacker on your team.
Welcome to the dark side.
I need some New York City headlines. It's brought to you by our friend Dr. Rick Townsend, mypvconcierge.com. He's a concierge doctor. By the way, limited amount of patients. It's great. Check him out. It's mypvconcierge.com. Engulfed. Trump to rename Gulf of Mexico Montanali as part of first day executive orders. Shout out Gulf of America.
Hey, I just want you on. Let's hit the ground running with the stupidest, most unimportant things that we can.
Start spreading the
Gulf.
11 best men's colognes inspired by celebrities' signature scents.
That sounds like that could not end well, man.
Miami Heat, massive yacht rented by legendary hip-hop producer, bursts into flames outside popular Miami strip club.
Yeah, I saw that's crazy.
I think we call that arson.
That's a big boat.
Raven Star goes on expletive-laden rant. Expletive, thank you. Laden rant after season ends in heartbreak. Tired of this bleep.
That's where we talked earlier. Does John Harbaugh ever at some point you start going,
Eagles' $96 million receiver shows up to playoff game in surprisingly cheap car.
Okay.
That's the world we live in.
Yeah, it's all about A.J. Brown's got about 2 catches in 2 weeks. Jab of the heat.
Turning heads, Jessica Simpson confuses fans with birthday tribute. Who is that?
What kind of tribute? What did we do here?
Her mom. She was there with her mom. I thought it was her sister.
Oh, nice. All right. Is Jessica Simpson still a thing?
Gross traveler. Well, she just got D'd up. She's getting D'd up.
Oh, she got D'd up?
Former 49ers tight end Eric Johnson.
Gross traveler spotted clipping toenails at airport. We need to bring back public shaming.
Gross traveler sounds like an entrant in this year's Kentucky Derby.
Swift response. Taylor has two-word reaction to Travis Kelce first down during Chiefs playoff win in new video.
I'm horny.
Oh, no.
9 o'clock nasty. Every once in a while.
Very nice. No country for cold men. Ex-quarterback goes shirtless in freezing temps to hype Bills playoff crowd.
Ex-quarterback? Who is it?
Fitz. He ripped his shirt off.
Did you see
Fitz loves Buffalo.
Did y'all see how Mac Hollins showed up to the game?
Yeah.
He always
in a bathing suit and a hat. God bless him.
Amazon suspends commercial drone deliveries in Texas and Arizona after 2 crashes in rainy weather.
Well, that and the fact that every Texan with a gun uses target practice, I'm sure.
Texas woman asked family friends to join her for dry January. Their reaction's hilarious.
Yeah, no, we drink too much, honey. Not happening. If you do a dry January, do you have somewhat of a problem or no?
Mortuary workers sentenced to 15 years in prison for selling body parts online to sicko covered in face tats and piercings.
See there?
See there, E?
Keep that needle away from your face. E.
See that?
Coming here with a teardrop one day, that'll be it for us.
Planet Six-Pack, a magical planetary alignment will occur this month. Get out the scope!
Did I try and tell
How,
y'all?
where, and when to see it happen?
Did I not just say this on Friday? I'm ahead of trending.
You are.
Domino's pizza delivery man vanishes. Worried kin search for clues. We're scared. Oh, boy.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Therapists suggest group crying, forest bathing for liberals to deal with sense of hopelessness on Trump inauguration.
I heard Dan Campbell's going to that.
Oh, it's a New York. Oh, Kevin Costner turned 70.
Good for him. Special tears coordinator.
Yes.
Dan Campbell.
New York City headlines. Get us out of here.
Now, the 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. Find the coolest cats in town at coolcatsjacks.com.
Mike Dempsey is here ready to break the Jaguars' new coach. Go ahead, Mike.
All right. Brian Schottenheimer. We stole him from the Cowboys. We
That's
got
a
him.
great move.
We got our man. No.
No?
No. In fact, gosh, I forget who it we were talking at some point about Jags coaching search and what if you hired a defensive guy, if you brought in the right offense coordinator. I basically said anyone but Brian Schottenheimer. I didn't even realize he was on the Cowboys staff.
Oh, he is?
To be honest with you. Yeah.
Is he a position guy?
Well, he's now the betting favorite to be their head coach. Because now that Mike McCarthy's gone, he has now moved to number 1 in the betting odds to be their next head
Kellen
coach.
Moore not going to get it?
Don't know. I don't know if maybe Jerry doesn't want to wait.
Brian Schottenheimer gets the Cowboys job. It is the ultimate pull the strings.
Yeah, it's a
Jared.
who
Pull
can I
the
control?
string. Yeah,
no
no
situation.
So what are you guys cooking around here on a Monday as we recap this playoff weekend?
Well, we got the legend joining us today.
Who we got?
Eugene Fournette.
No way.
Yes, indeed.
Clap
Eugene.
it up for Eugene.
He had an interesting tweet or two over the weekend, I thought, on the Jags coaching front.
I like that.
We'll talk Jaguars with Gene coming up today, and obviously look back at the divisional round of the playoffs, who were the heroes and the GOATs. And, I keep telling Taylor Dahl, you could have had Jaden Daniels and Brian Thomas Jr. She doesn't want to hear it.
Oh.
She's happy with Caleb, she says.
I will say this. Taylor's going to make one loyal wife for some lucky dude one day because she stands by her guys. Dude.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not going to judge past the point of efficiency, if you ask me. But yeah, she'll stand by Caleb until they get rid of Caleb.
All right, Mike Dempsey, you got 4 teams. Who wins the Super Bowl?
I picked the Bills before the playoffs, so I'll stay with the Bills.
Good pick. All right, that'll do it. Mike and Tony coming up. Jaguars today here momentarily. Our work is done, Jeffrey.
It is. It's been the Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemanonly.com. Enjoy Jaguars today. Next.
Now you can